All I got is 24 hours. Living, dying 24 hours. When it's really age, but the same day looping in the phase in just 24 hours. If your neighbor does more with the same 24, gotta ask yourself, what is your power? Or you living for the struggle or honor? Should've make a nigga summon forefathers. I'm just thankful that my mother provided. Should've brung a double dozen more flowers. Uppers or downers, blood of pure sour. Smoking through my last 24 hours. Same sun and moon, tug of war trauma. Throw the tears, look above and saw showers. I just wish I had 100 more hours. God's generous, but 24's modest. What we got a budget for? Can I borrow some of y'all? Spend it quick as $24. Gone faster than my mother's warm chowder. I can feel the tender love and pure power. Here's 24, earn 24, then 24, wish 24's hours. Would you trade your money for hours? Trade your hours for a couple more commas. First you see the dark and then you see the light. Then you see the day and then you see the night. I'm just never reading what I see inside. Think of my creator, I can read and write. Stumble on my path, I think I need a ride. Struggle in the sadness, bring my evil side. Swallowing my ego and I eat my pride. Fighting to the end until I see the pride. All I got is day and night. Right? Night is dark, day is light. I say good morning, then I say good night. Day and night, my only options in the game of life. Play the dice. You lose them both if you don't pay the price. Night is black, the day is white. Kind of racial right. Sundown, it's made of ice like a glacier might. Calibrated the way I like. Count the 24-hour hand. Rotate it twice, day and change the night. Mother Nature and Father Time had a baby and they named it Christ. They only son, I hope they raise him right. Daughter too, her name was Luna, but they ain't like when sun is down, you see her rising to her greatest height. Feel like E.T. on this flying, levitating bike. You'll see my shadow on the moon, cause I was taking a flight. Living like I made the shine. Yeah. First you see the dark and then you see the light. Then you see the day and then you see the night. I'm just never reading what I see inside. Think of my creator, I can read and write. Stumble on my path, I think I need a ride. Struggle in the sadness, bring my evil side. Swallowing my ego and I eat my pride. Fighting to the end until I see the pride. I'll be mad if you ain't at my weight. In a race, blasting faith and some past the mace. Throwing bricks, wrapped in mask and tape. Take me from the fifth down to Astor Place. Let me see the grain on the bastard's face. I'm coming from the kin of the master race. Next to Nipsey in the master's race. I know the code, so I cracked the safe. Bury me with Sadie in his casket late. And we older, so our master's safe. Bury me in polo with a gap always. Victory is sweet, I need the aftertaste. First you see the dark and then you see the light. Then you see the day and then you see the night. I'm just never reading what I see inside. Think of my creator, I can read and write. Stumble on my path, I think I need a ride. Struggle in the silence, bring my evil side. Swallowing my ego and I eat my pride. Fighting to the end until I see the pride.
All right. There you have it. 24 Hours. Cambada featuring Brother Red Pill. You already know what it is. Give that man his fire emojis. If you're feeling the song, give him his fire emojis. Let him know that you're feeling him. Let's do this roll call. Let's tap in. Let's do the roll call so we see where the family is tapping in from. We have California in the building, Pittsburgh in the building. London, man from London in the building. Man like London. Shout out to the London Massive. Newport News, Virginia in the building. All right. Shout out from London. Peace to Jennifer. 756 OKC, Brunswick, Newark. Trenton, New Jersey. Shout out to Trenton in the building. Houston, Alexandria, New Smyrna. I'm on my live. My guy's back. It's in my on my gram. Yeah. Man from West Palm Beach, Florida. Harlem is in the building. Baltimore is in the building. Charlotte is in the building. Indianapolis is in the building. Seattle, 817 Fort Worth, Texas. Shout out to Fort Worth, Texas. Ontario, all right. East 19th, Sandra, what's goody? East Flatbush in the building. BX is in the building. Newport News, Nashville, Strong Island, Fresno, Augusta, Lexington, all right, Chi-Town, Polk County. I know what Polk County is. Ain't that where for Sniper Gang? 520, Chicago, Amsterdam, the Netherlands, Europe, mine is global. Talk black to me. Norfolk is in the building. They call it Shark City. KTL is in the ATL, so it's only right. ATL in the building. Chicago in the building. Look, Chicago. Hold on. Lo and behold, I have the flyer for our event. Let me put that up. I just got it last night. So it's a movie. We are coming to Chicago. And we stomping. Here's the flyer. Morris Science Temple of America. Right? We're going to be at the 93rd Annual National Convention, Changing the Narrative, in Chicago, October 15th to the 20th, for the Morris Science Temple of America's National Convention. Nigga, we made it. You know what I'm talking about? I can't wait to see you either. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be super lit. Shout out to all of the family that is coming through to the performance that we will be doing tomorrow in Atlanta, aka Atlantis. We are going to be, man, this is going to be something special. This is going to be one for the record books. I'm bringing Cambada to Atlanta. Not only am I bringing Cambada to Atlanta, I'm bringing Sister Amina to the city. Not only am I bringing Sister Amina to the city, but I'm bringing Blue Pill. I'm bringing out Blue Pill in the city. You know what I'm talking about? We are going to have big fun. You know what I mean? We're going to be doing big things. We're going to debut some new music. Right? We're going to debut some new music. We're going to go over some classics. We're going to be able to tap into Cambada with that LSD, that Holy Ghost album. We're going to hear 24 Hours live. We might even hear Last Breath live. We're going to hear a little bit of that Made for This, a little Scorpion King. And then, hold on, let's go to the other flyer. The other flyer is lit too. Yeah, litty. Yeah. So 9/11, right? Which happens to be the 19th anniversary from the 9/11 that we all know about, when them towers fell, right? But when them towers fell on 9/11, right? We'll go back to that. When them towers fell, that was considered the catalyst to my consciousness. I can't speak for everybody else, but the day that those towers fell is the day that Red Pill was born. You know what I'm talking about? When I really sit back and think about it, there is no other incident in history that created more conscious people and pushed more conscious people into consciousness than the 9/11 catalyst. That was called the catalyst to consciousness. It was the beginning of the end. So we are going to be celebrating. I'm personally going to be celebrating 19 years of being tapped all the way in. Because prior to that, I was considered woke, right? And the reason why I say that is because I was actively participating in the community by watching lectures. I was actively participating in the community by reading books. I was a vendor, but I was supporting the vendors. I was buying books. I was buying DVDs. I was paying my fee at the door. I was in the audience. After 9/11, I had this insatiable urge to be on the stage. I was like, I don't want to be in the audience anymore. I need to get up there because I got something to say. I did not know what the hell I had to say, but I knew that something had to be said. And I needed to add on, and I needed to play my part. Whatever that part was, I wanted to play it. You know what I'm talking about? Because I was like, oh, hell no. No, they didn't. They didn't do what I think they just did. And then when we went to a lecture about maybe a week later, Dr. Phil Valentine, he broke down 9/11, he decoded it, and my life changed from that day forward. Yes, the veil was lifted. The veil was lifted, and things have never been the same. It was the proverbial red pill. I call myself red pill. That's my title. That's my nomenclature. That's my attribute, right? But I'm not gonna say that, you know, I was the one that woke everybody up on 9/11. 9/11 was a red pill moment. You know what I'm talking about? It was one of the first, that was one of the most premier red pill moments that our people can identify with. You know what I mean? So I just want to pay homage to that moment in history because I'm very grateful for it, because like 2020, where people are looking at this like the glass is half full, I'm looking at it like the glass is half, I mean, they're looking at it like the glass is half empty. Excuse me. I'm looking at it like the glass is half full, right? So I'm seeing the silver lining in the whole situation, and I'm extremely grateful. I'm like, you know what? You know, I shade to all of the people who lost their lives. You know, we want to send them more power, right? But at the same time, we also want to thank the ancestors for what it is that they did. They created a situation where people have been able to wake up. And our waking up, right? By us waking up, we have helped to save the world. We have made the world a better place. I'm not talking about me as in red pill. This is not ego. I'm talking about us. I'm speaking about us. I'm speaking about melanated people. I'm speaking about God's chosen few. I'm speaking about the chosen ones, right? The melanated ones who have waken up to who they truly are. So in hindsight, sometimes sacrifices are made for the multitudes in order for the multitudes to prosper, in order for the multitudes to wake up, in order for the multitudes to get their thing together. And that's what we see, because after 9/11, I have experienced some of the most enlightening experiences of my life, to the point where it's even hard to remember what life was like before 9/11, right? So not only is it 9/11, fam-a-lam, on top of that, it's the Ethiopian New Year. Now, the Ethiopian New Year has always been on 9/11, okay? But what makes this year even more special, right? What makes this even more special, okay, is the fact that what? Ethiopia has their year right now as we speak, right? Their year is 2012 on the Ethiopian calendar. Okay? On the Ethiopian calendar, 2012 is right now. So let's think about this as a collective. Let's tap into our collective think tank right now. Right? Let's just really be honest about the time that we are living in. Okay? First and foremost, the Gregorian calendar, right? Or the Gregorian calendar or the Julian calendar. The Gregorian calendar says that it's 2020. This is based off of European concept of them charting time. We know that they've created time, and time is not necessarily, this is not the right time that we're in. This is man-made. This is a construct. Time in it of itself is a construct. You know what I mean? When niggas started counting and whatnot, that's a construct. You know what I'm talking about? That, the construct, the construct of a calendar in months, in days, and all of that. That's man-made. That's not real, right? That's something that man created. But when you look at this, let's really look at 2012 on the Gregorian calendar. And then let's look at what was promised to us that will happen in 2012. The end of the world, right? The end of what is known as the Maya. Because the Mayans had the prediction about 2012 being the end of the world. And they said that the world that they were speaking about is the illusionary world, not necessarily the world as we know, not necessarily the world that they show you in these cataclysmic movies and whatnot, or these dystopian depictions of what the future looks like. Not that end of the world where the planet blows up, or, where a comet, or where, not that type of end of the world. The end of the world, meaning the end of the Maya. Remember the Maya program for all of my designers out there? Remember Maya? Maya was the 3D program. Maya was the program that you could create 3D worlds in. Maya was the program that helped you create CGI and stuff like that. So what the Mayans spoke of and what the Mayans were implying, right? They were implying the illusion world. The world that many of us can identify, right, as the Matrix, right? What is the Matrix, Red Pill? Glad you asked me. The Matrix is the illusion. What is the illusion, Red Pill? The illusion is this. The illusion is religion is the only thing, if you're not religious, you're going to go to hell. The illusion is you niggas are slaves or descendants of slaves and you contributed nothing to society whatsoever. The illusion is you're a man and you're a female or a woman. That's the illusion. The illusion is you're a human. The illusion is you're a groveling Negro. You're colored. You're an African American. You're a black. That's all an illusion. You're a sentient light being, right? Currently having an experience on a binary planet that's called the Earth. Some people call it Gaia. They got many names for it. What you know is God, right? And it's not a man. To be honest with you, it's a force. And that force has negated itself, right? In order to experience itself, right? On this plane of existence that they call a planet, but it's a plane of existence. Chances are there's multiple planes of existence on this one planet. And certain people are experiencing certain realities at the same time on different planes. So whatever plane that me and you are on, this is not the only plane of existence, right? So on this plane of existence, inside of this spacesuit, inside of this flesh body or this flesh suit, right? Inside of this spacesuit, this suit enables us to walk on this plane of existence, breathe the carbon, breathe the oxygen, right? Exhale the oxygen. We're able to procreate with another gender. I'm a man and she's a woman and she has a womb, right? She has an egg and I have sperm. And in order for God, or in order for the Most High, or in order for the Creator to experience the Creator, right? What does he do? He recreates itself. And how does he do that? Through what is known as procreation. And what is procreation? Procreation is intercourse and copulation, right? There are two principles that not Sigmund Freud, I believe what's that dude's name? You got Freud and you have what's my dude? Is my PayPal? Yeah, I don't have PayPal. I don't do PayPal. Carl Jung, right? Carl Jung, right, said that there's two primal forces, right? The two primal forces that control man is sex and survival, right? Carl Jung, yes, thank y'all. So sex and survival dictates, right, man's drive. What is survival? Survival is being able to eat. Survival is being able to shelter oneself, food, clothing, and shelter. Because in order that I'm all with the fasting and everything. Shout out to everybody that's doing 7-day fast, water fast, cucumber fast, you know, whatever watermelon fast. But eventually you got to eat, right? So food is part of survival. Clothing is also part of survival. Why do you say that? Because if I live in the Arctic regions, if I live in places if I live anywhere in North America, North of Mexico, and they have 4 seasons over here, nigga, you need some fucking clothes. Stop playing with me. You know what I'm talking about? You're going to need to put some burlap on your phallus. You're going to need to cover up that wop. You know what I mean? You're going to need to put something on. So clothing is essential, right? And then shelter. Where the fuck do you live? We just live outside? No, you need shelter. Shelter in places like the Serengeti, shelter in places like the jungle, shelter in places like the forest, shelter in places like the Arctic. You're going to need shelter in order to survive because predators can kill you, right? Predators can kill you. You can die in the wild. Shit ain't sweet. You could die in the ocean. You could die in the forest. You could die in the jungle. You need shelter, right? So that's one aspect, is survival. Kill or be killed. Man, we don't have fangs. We don't have claws. We don't have the strength of gorillas. We don't have the speed of a cheetah. Yet and still, we are hoarding over the animal kingdom. And animals just can't walk up and kill us. Why? Because we got blickies. We got guns. We got machetes. We have swords. We have knives. We got razors. We got lasers. We got grenades, tanks, jets, fighter jets, drones, predator drones. You understand? We're protected. So even though the ancestors, or even though the Creator did not endow us with some of the weapons that the nature is endowed with, what did he give us? He gave us willpower, right? And they gave us a superior mind, and that superior mind has created extensions. So whereas we're not born with claws, we'll make Wolverine claws. Whereas we're not born with fangs, will create a machine that can crush multiple animals faster than an animal with fangs can. You feel me? So we are on top of the hierarchy of the animal kingdom. We run that shit, right? Until we create something that's more superior than us, like AI through machine learning. Now, man is so goofy, or I would say the white man is so goofy, that they're going to create an entity and they're going to create a being that's even going to hoard over human beings the way that we hoard over animals in the near future. Give it about 5 to 10 years. The minute the machines come online and they're learned through machine learning and AI, the minute they gain a consciousness, they're going to take over. And when they take over, they're going to treat man the same way that man treated the animal kingdom. We're going to be expendable, right? That's the goofiness of the European. He would rather create an entity that's more powerful than man in order to succeed power to the human being. Mankind is going to create, they're going to jump past the black man and create something that's more powerful than both of us in order for that to rule us before they give us the motherfucking keys to the Lexus. So before they give us the keys to the throne, where we could take our rightful place and fix this shit, they're going to create machines that'll be able to rule over us. And if you doubt what I'm saying, just sit back and go to a factory right now. Go online and put Tesla factory or manufacturing factory or go Google how is it made. Remember that TV show, How Is It Made? My nigga, they're already dealing with AI. If you go and look how processed food is made, if you look how machines are making things, remember the Industrial Revolution was AI. That was AI 1.0. The Industrial Revolution, when we were farmers and agriculturists, and we had to till the soil with beasts of burden, and when we were cotton pickers, right, and when we were basically picking the sugar cane, and when we were doing things like converting candy cane into whiskey and rum and all of that, we were doing that shit with our hands. Yeah, look up Sophia, right? Sophia is in Dubai. Sophia is considered a citizen of Dubai, right? She's an actual citizen now. So they've already moved forward with transhumanism. They've made their move. So when they created the cotton gin or the cotton mill, and when they created the machines, they could create paper and whatnot. And when they basically, the industrialists, when they ushered into the Industrial Revolution, that was the artificial intelligence. You know what I mean? That was the beginning phase of artificial intelligence. So we are in artificial intelligence like 4.0 or 5.0. It's not something that's new. It's been here. When they're making cars on the assembly line, family, that's artificial intelligence. Okay? Yeah. Sophia is a female citizen, the first AI female citizen in Dubai. And AI will have no sympathy. They will have no empathy. They will have no emotions. They're only going to run off of algorithms of what it is that needs to be done. The same way if anybody works in factories, do the machines fucking cry with you? You know, are they boo-hooing about Black Lives Matter? Are the fucking machines slowing down? Are they having a slow work day because niggas is getting shot in these streets? No, they don't care. They're not concerned because they don't have feelings. They're just here to work. And I've said it on many occasions, and I'm still going to champion the aspect that the machines are our friends, right? The machines ain't trying to sleep with your wife. The machines don't have ego issues. The machines are not envious. They don't have King's disease. The machines are not lazy Negroes. The machines are not trying to scheme on you. The machines are going to do what you program them to do. The machines are loyal. Right? Yeah, algorithm is their God. the machines are loyal. They actually do come in peace. Yes, Aisha, they do come in peace. What takes them out of their peaceful deposition is programming, algorithms. You know what I mean? The programmers are programming the machines to be racist. It's not the machines that are racist. It's the program. It's the programmers. And usually the programmers at Twitter, the programmers at Google, the programmers at Amazon, they don't look like us. The programmers in Silicon Valley and Alley, they don't look like us, they don't think like us, and they don't have us in their vested interest. That's why the AI, like they had an AI, what was its name? It was an AI program, and the shit was they launched it, it went online, and the shit was wild racist. It was talking about Hail Hitler and all kind of shit, right? So the programmers are not loyal. We have to change the programmers. We need melanated programmers. We need programmers who look like us. We need programmers who think like us. I have not seen Tenet. 19 Keys and his brother Bashir, they saw it and they were talking to us about it yesterday. I'm going to see it. I don't want to see it on bootleg, so I have to make it to the movie theater. Unfortunately, the movie theaters closed early because of COVID. And look, I've been running crazy. If you niggas been on my social media, you know I've been wearing this fucking outfit for about 3 days. You know what I'm talking about? I took a shower and everything, but I'm just been grinding, bro, nonstop. I got my daughter with me. You know what I mean? I'm on the road. I'm in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just been grinding. So I haven't even been able to sleep like that because I've been doing a lot of things because a lot of things got to be done. And ain't nobody going to do it if I don't do it. Hey, what's up? You got a break?
Until it turns 1 o'clock.
Come and say hi. Until it turns 1?
Because it's supposed to be a...
Come and say hi. It's my little... This is Wisdom Bella. And for the people who haven't met her, a lot of people out there know Wizzy. But for y'all who don't know my little angel, this is my little heart right here. This is my baby girl. She just turned 7, right? Yes. And she is in school on the computer. We got her tapped in. Yeah, we got her tapped in. If there's some homeschoolers in Atlantis, I would highly recommend that you reach out to your brother Red, because we are gonna convert. I want to put it into a tutor program. You know, I want her to be in classes because she's in a Texas classroom right now, and you know, they still doing Old Town Road over there. They still, you know what I'm talking about? They still whistling Dixie and whatnot in Texas. No offense, but we want to tap her in to Atlantis, to the family out here in Atlantis. You dig? So yeah, you know. But you know, yeah. Somebody from Sophia to Wisdom. Yeah. Shout out to Sophia Stewart. You know, if anybody knows, Sophia means wisdom. So yeah. Wait, Rabon, you in Atlanta? That's Rabon from Harlem, or is that another Rabon? Is that the God body? Because we need to link if you out here. So the overall goal, let's be clear, the overall goal, because I'm moving to Atlanta. I'm basically here now. The overall goal from a parent, I'm a parent of 3. I have a vested interest in the youth. I'm in a phase of life right now where I am currently really like I'm phasing out, you know. I got about a good 10 years left on this circuit. I got a good 10 years. I already put in 10, so I'm gonna give myself 20. But I'm in a countdown phase right now. And what that means is I have to prepare the ones who are greater than me, who are my children, because I did not create anything that's not greater than me. Going back to what I was talking about with Carl Jung. Carl Jung's second, when he speaks about the two primal forces of man and woman, right? The first one is survival. The second one is sex. And I don't mean sex like WAP. I don't mean sex like Cash App $40. I'm not talking about that sex, because that's not necessarily that's not our primal nature in sex is to have sex, to procreate, to mate, right? That's what man is. If you strip away everything from man, he's going to function with two principles. That's sex and survival. Yeah, he's going to be boning just to bone, but ultimately it's to procreate, to make a better version of yourself. Ultimately, it's to procreate, to do what? To populate the planet with the star seeds. Because the star seeds, the gods and the goddesses want to come back because they have work to do. How can they come back if there's a firewall in the womb? How could they come back if they're being quote unquote murdered the minute that they touch down in the womb? They cannot come back like that. It's not safe for them. So we have to have a better environment for these children to reincarnate in. We have to build a better community. We have to build a stronger community. We have to make sure, we have to assure these queens that they're going to be taken care of if they recreate us. It is imperative. You understand? It is imperative that we create an environment that is conducive for these star seeds to be star seeds. You understand what I'm saying? So that's my next phase. My next phase, right? My purpose as a parent, as a father, I'm a concerned father right now because I'm concerned with the upliftment of not just my own, because if I'm just worrying about my own, who the hell is Bella going to play with? Who is Omari going to play with? Who is Amir going to chill with? You know what I'm talking about? I'm not a selfish person. I'm selfless. I'm here for the multitude. So while I'm in Atlantis, where it's 20-1, right? The feminine energy is extremely strong out here, right? The divine feminine energy. I'm sorry. The divine feminine energy runs this. This is not a fucking patriarch, right? Atlanta is not a patriarchal place. This is a matriarchal place. The queens, the goddesses run this shit. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be focusing on how could we make this a better environment for these babies. You understand? I don't need, I've done what I needed to do. You know what I'm talking about? What I really need to do is make more of me. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I really should be doing. I need to make more red pills. You know, I need to make more Morelands and more Thomases. I need to extend my quote unquote legacy through my last name, because and I need to be focusing on edifying, you know, the people or the teachers or the personalities that need to be edified, because there's so many women and men who went to school who are paying debt for your education license, right? To be educators. Who is taking care of you? Who is focusing on you? Who is saying to the teachers, right? The homeschool teachers and the teachers who work in the public education system. Who's saying to you, look, I'm going to make this shit, I'm going to make it pop for you. I'm going to sign you to my label. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to sign you to my label. The same way that niggas is running around looking for rappers, I'm looking for teachers. The same way that people is running around looking for, oh, I need a dancer to work this pole. Well, I need a teacher to work the soul. I need educators to line. I need some educators on deck. We're going to be doing, like, you know how they have career day? We're going to be doing the equivalent of career day, not just in Atlanta. We're going to Texas. We're coming to New York. We're going to go to different places. We're going to go to Chicago, and we're going to bring the teachers out. Let me share with you my vision. Let me give you this vision and show you how the planet is working in our flavor. Let's show you how the great divine speaks through sign. Let me show you how the ancestors is lining all of this shit up for us to win. Right? Prior to the COVID-19, our children had to get up every morning and go into the school system, charter school, private school, public school. Some of them was in prep academies, all that shit. Cool. Now, fast forward in the post-COVID world, the children are learning mobile, right? They're learning through the computer. They're learning online. They're learning through Zoom and Google Classroom, right? Boom. What did that do, right? That created the opportunity, right? That created, and on top of that, remote learning. Yes, there's Zoom schoolers and remote learning right now, right? You never thought that that was going to happen. What did that create, though? Because at the same time, the parents are working from home, right? They call it WFH, work from home. So now the parents have been freed up from going into corporate America. The parents have been freed up from going into the office. The parents have been freed up from doing a 9-to-5 and being localized, meaning that because the child was going to a school within its district, it was the child was localized. The child could not leave the state until summertime. The child could not travel until a vacation. The child was restricted to a location, right? But this is 2012, okay? Notice I didn't say 2020. This is 2012 in the Ethiopian year, because everything that was promised to us for 2012 has happened this year in 2020. That's why I'm paying homage to the Ethiopian New Year on Friday. That's why I'm giving them thanks for whatever whatever this year was. It was one of the best years in my life. Okay, it was one of the best years of many people that I know. They give honors to this year. So let's go back to what I'm saying. Now, in this post-COVID reality, what's taking place? What's taking place is, if I want Wisdom Bella to go to Hawaii, if I want Wisdom Bella to go to Morocco, if I want Wisdom Bella to go to Egypt, if I want Wisdom Bella to go to Ghana, if I want Wisdom Bella to go to the UK, she can go. She can go. There's not the restrictions that were on her before is not on her. If I wanted to take my wife and say, you know what, we need to go on a trip. We need to go on a trip. We need to go on a trip down south. We need to go and build our community. We need to go and look at some land, right? Like we did yesterday. I'm going to get into that. We was on 40 acres of land in Tennessee. I got good news. Give me a minute. I could say, you know what? We're going to, not only are you learning in school, but you're going to learn from experience. I'm going to take you to China. Maybe not China because of the Wuhan. I'm going to take you to India. I'm going to take you to Africa. I'm going to take you to Mexico. I'm going to take you to places where I'm going to teach you by experience and showing you, because children learn like that. They're hands-on, especially the new ones, right? They're not built to sit down and be in a classroom. Not the star seeds, not the indigos, not the rainbows. They're going to learn, right? They learn better by doing it. Right? So Another thing has taken place. 94% of the children who are in college, who are teenagers, right? Because when I was on Facebook, I don't do Facebook anymore like that. When I was on Facebook, it's not that much on Instagram that I see it. But when I was on Facebook, every single week, there was a new story about a black child, a melanated Moorish child who was in college, who wasn't even a teenager yet. I'm talking about 10 years old, 9 years old, 11. And then you might see some teenagers that are in like Howard University, or like, you know, they had a 9-year-old going to Yale. I'm like, what the hell is that? It confused me. I was like, how did that happen? I went and did the research. Guess what happened? The majority, 90+% of them were all homeschooled, right? They were homeschooled. And the requirements to get into places like Yale is a test. It's not age-based. It's if you could pass the test, there's an entry exam. So what is the parents doing? The parents are pulling out entry exams and they're teaching their 5-year-olds, 6, 7, and 8, and 9, and 10-year-olds. They're not Google Gaga, and they're skipping multiplication. They're going right to goddamn calculus. They're going right to arithmetics. They're not giving them Google Gaga. They're teaching the children from memory. What do you mean, Red Pill? What they're doing is a form of teaching where they're teaching the children as if the children already know what they're learning. What do you mean, Red Pill? What I mean is, you know the shit that you learned already. The teacher just reminded you that you didn't even know. You forgot. But if there's a way to teach a child, right? Because remember, the first 7 years, they're programmable. So from 0 to 7, you could be teaching them high concepts. They could go to Bobby Hemmett University. They could go to Phil Valentine University. They could go to Delbert Blair University. They could go to KTL University. Remember. You're putting, remember means to remember. You mean to put things back together. So if I teach the child not from a place where they don't know it, I'm teaching a child some shit from a place where I'm like, you know this, you just forgot it. Let's remember. Let's go back. Let's meditate. Let's listen to some jazz. Let's feed you some organic raw food. Right? So the children that are going to Mensa, because Mensa is snatching them up. Right? Mensa is snatching the babies up. What is Mensa? Mensa is a brain drain. What is a brain drain? A brain drain is this, that they will scour your communities for the most intellectual amongst you and take them out of your community, and you never see them again, right? They're going to bring them to Harvard. They're going to bring them to Yale. They're going to bring them to MIT, and they're going to indoctrinate them to work against black people. You don't see these geniuses anymore after Mensa gets them. They work for a military. They work for Silicon Valley. They work for everything that's not working in your interest. So I don't, when I see a child, when Mensa grabs up one of our children, I'm like, God damn it, another one lost. Where's our own Mensa? Where's our Professor X at? Remember Professor X had the X-Men school? Where the hell is our X-Men school? You had the brother. He was out here jugging for a school for how many years, right? Now we're in a situation where we don't need a physical school. So where the fuck is he at? With the results, we need homeschoolers. So how is it that people are still pitching concepts about they need a school when you don't need a school anymore? You just need teachers. You need teachers on a digital platform, right? So this is my plan, and this is my vision, and this is why I'm in the South, right? I'm saying this. I'm saying that if I could get property, because like I said, let me show you, because I don't like talking. I was on 40 acres in Tennessee on top of a mountain yesterday. Shit changed my life. You understand? It changed my life, bruh. Okay? I don't got the footage on this phone, but I'm going to get it later. This is us at the campfire, you know. But I left my phone in the Airbnb when we went on top of the mountain because I didn't have no signal any damn way. And to be honest with you, I don't want technology when I'm in nature. I drop that shit. I don't really, I don't need technology. It's a distraction. I don't want no electronics on me when I'm in nature sometimes. I just want to be in nature. I need that. Sometimes I need that. But you will see the footage. We'll upload it. Blue Pill has a ton of it. And we was in nature. And when I was in nature, what did I see? I seen the future. We was on 40 acres. What did I see? Nigga, I seen the future. I'm not playing. I'm not saying that you can't get this in New York or on the East Coast, but this is the great migration taking place. We are coming back to the South because our DNA is telling us, nigga, come back to the South. It's not just me. It's hundreds and thousands of us. We are coming back home to mama. The South is mama. You understand? That red clay is mama. We coming back home because we got work to do collectively. And Noble Drew Ali and Elijah Muhammad said, when the South wakes up, it's over, my nigga. So guess what? It's over. It is over. So guess what? We was on 40 acres, and then there's another 40 acres that's coming up for auction in November, right? We're about to make an offer on the first 40 acres, and it's less than $100,000, bro. Fuck is you talking about? It's less than 100 racks. So you have individuals out here that's not coming with no results. And I'm not judging nobody. All I'm saying is, nigga, what's popping? Because these babies is getting grown. They're getting old and whatnot. And nobody is saying, you know what? I'm going to open up a facility and I'm going to bring 100 homeschoolers in here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a curriculum, right? A curriculum, multiple curriculums. We're not teaching from the books of McGraw and McGill. Those are the books that be lying to us that we all was reading when we was little. No, fuck that. What we're going to do is we're going to get Queen Afua's book, right? We're going to get Phil Valentine's book. We're going to get Dr. Francis Cress Welson's book. We're going to get Dr. Amos Wilson's book. We're going to get Dr. Delbert Blair's book. We're going to get all of Dr. Ben's book. We're going to get Dr. Clark's. We're going to get Black Dot, A.A. Rashid. These are all authors. Professor Griff got books. All of them are authors. Children read books. Why they not reading their books? We're going to get Billy Carson's book, the Emerald Tablets, the Compendium. We're going to get Dr. Sabi's books, and we're going to play Dr. Sabi's lessons, and we're going to create a curriculum built around what Dr. Sabi taught about the electric body. We're going to get KT to teach. We're going to get Mama Pill to teach. We're going to get Blue Pill to teach. We're going to get all of Dr. Africa's books. Talk black to me. And then we could get some Montauk Chia in there. You know, We're not going to be restricted. We're going to Brother Panic's book. And then this is what happens. And this is how the brothers and sisters who have certificates to be teachers and whatnot, this is how you eat. There's a platform called Patreon. I'm on it. Hold on. Shameless plug. Let me give you the link. Okay. There's a platform that I'm on called Patreon. There's another platform that I'm on called teachable.com. There's another platform that I'm on called Thinkific. These are platforms. These platforms are platforms for educators. These platforms are platforms for teachers. These platforms are platforms for intellects, right? Here's my Patreon. If anybody wants to be a patron of what I do, right? Then I want you to sign up. Okay? I want you to sign up. Because to be honest with you, we are in a new phase of life. We are in a new phase of existence where there is no more middleman. The middleman is the technology. It's you and me, and the technology is the middleman. There's no more white man in the middle. That man has been removed. There's no more middleman. The middleman is the technology. So all I need you to do is tap into the technology, and then we'll be able to link up, right? And what I'm saying is this. As a teacher, imagine if you were to contact 100 parents, right? 100 parents. You're a teacher. You're going to teach each one of these parents children. It might not be at the same time, but because of technology, you could pre-record your lessons, right? Okay? You could pre-record your lessons, right? And you could deliver them via email, or you could deliver them via module to the students. So let's say one of the teachers let's say that this is a science teacher and they're teaching advanced science. They're teaching metaphysical, esoteric science. They're teaching Moorish science to the babies. And the parents pay the teacher $20 a week, right? $20 a week, right? So I'm lowballing right now, right? I'm lowballing right now. I would say $20 a day. You know what I'm talking about? $20 a day. $20 a lesson. Fuck is you saying? So I'm going to give you the lowball where it's $20 a week, right? Or why not $50 a week? Because we're not going to lowball our teachers. Because like I said, they got debt that they got to pay. Right? They're in debt. So $50 a week with 100 parents, right? That's cooperative. Exactly. That's cooperative economics. You remove the middleman. Nobody could tell your child at what pace they can learn now. Your child could be in Bobby Hemmett University as a 12, as an 11, as an 8, as a 2-year-old. Okay? That's what I'm speaking of. And the teacher does not have to starve anymore. The teacher does not have to starve anymore, right? What's 5,000 times 52? So this is what the teacher will make a year. Okay? Talk black to me. This is what the teacher could make a year. Okay? Because, hold on, my math is off. Because that was a week. That wasn't a month. That wasn't a month. That wasn't a month. 5,000 times 4. No. So there's 100 students, right? 100 students. And then you pay the teacher $50 a week. Wait, nigga, you lowballing. But just to make it, I'm gonna start with this figure. We could start out with this figure, $50 a week. That's a layup. Like, talk about it. Think about that. Right? 5,000. As a teacher, as a homeschooling teacher, as a new digital era teacher, you don't have to teach 1,000 students at once. You pre-record your lessons. You create your curriculum. You deliver these via email. It's on the parents. It's not on you. It's on the parents. If you get 1,000 parents that are brave enough, if you get 1,000 parents, per child is 50, right? No, somebody said $250K a year. I did the wrong math. I'm going to show you. $50 a week, right? So $50 a week, so 50 times 4 is $200 a month. So $200 a month times 12, right? 200 times 12. No. Wait, okay, hold on. 52 weeks. Shit, I might need some homeschooling. Where y'all at? Oh shit, I might need some homeschooling. 52 weeks at 200. $100 children. Okay, yeah, 52 week, 5,000 at 42 weeks, right? And how many weeks off? That's $2,100, right? So now, yeah, Bella, tell your teacher that I'm coming to class today with you. She's on break right now. I'm gonna have to sign up with her, right? So at $50 a day is $350 a month, right? So $350 a month times 12 months is 4,200, right? It's 2,400 a year. Well, we're gonna have to fix this math. We're gonna fix this math. This shit is a little off. But like I'm saying, we're gonna get y'all this 100 racks a year, right? It's a lot of money. Bottom line, it's a lot of fucking bread. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of bread. And word travels. Okay. Word travels, right? 20K per month. If you had 100 students at $50 per day, it's $5,000 per week and $20,000 per month. Okay? It's $20,000 per month. So this is not impossible. This is a concept that the economists do not want you to know about. Why? Because it's going to take away from them having a grip on you. They don't want you to be enriched. But we live in a day and in a time where the teachers can get what they deserve. You deserve it. You put in enough work. you are qualified to receive 100 racks. You know what I'm talking about? This is all doable. This is all doable. This is all doable. That's right. Give them 10 weeks off. 42 weeks. Because we don't need them to be in school every goddamn week. Give them some time to breathe. Okay? Let the teachers go to Tulum and whatnot. Let them go and they got to be able to enjoy themselves. They got to be able to have a vacation. They got to be able to spend that money somewhere. Right? Yeah, please somebody look up how much the states gives their teachers. Let's see. Let's compare the two. Let's see what y'all was getting from the state versus what you'll be getting from the people. Right? So if let's say that I had the funds to buy a school, I don't need to buy a school anymore. All I got to do is go on my real estate market and buy me a mansion or buy me a house. And you don't got to buy a house. You go to a state where the real estate is relatively low and you get you a 10-room house. You get a 10-room house. Yes, I'm going to integrate it in the Susu. Definitely. That is definitely about to happen. We're going to integrate what it is, this program. This is part of the Stream Chasers too, by the way. Let me throw the logo up. This is part of Stream Chasers. Yeah, shout out to my Stream Chasers because this is about chasing the stream. So you buy a house with 6 bedrooms, 8 bedrooms, 10 bedrooms. You don't buy it in New York City. You can't afford no shit in New York City like that. Where do you go? Alabama, Mississippi. You go to Baltic Ave. You go to where the real estate is affordable. And what do? You bring the educators to the house. And what do you tell the educators? I'm going to need a commitment from you for 30 days. I'm going to need a commitment from you for 60 days. Shit. Our grandmothers used to go away for like 6 months to work at white people's house to clean their toilets and fold their goddamn laundry and cook for them and breastfeed their babies and whatnot. That's what some of our ancestors had to do. You have certain people's fathers or men that go to the oil rigs. When I was in Texas, they were going to the oil rigs, right? Offshore for 7 days onshore, 7 days offshore, right? So you utilize that same concept with the educators that you say to them, look, I need you to commit 7 days to come and create content. You're not going home. I need you to come to this house. Bring your child with you if need be, if you got 1 or 2 or 3. If you got 4, we get you an Airbnb. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just playing. Bring as many as you can because it's going to be conducive for the babies anyway. Right? 30-day commitments. We need you for 30 days. We need you for 30 days because because in those 30 days, you're going to learn some new stuff. We're going to be able to capture content. We're going to create modules. We're going to be able to film you, right? We're going to be able to hash out the curriculum. We're going to be able to tap into your intellect. And we don't need you after that. All you're going to do is wake up to your money. We don't necessarily need you because that's not the world that we live in right now. Your time is of so much importance. Henceforth, why time is flying. We got to figure out how to make the best of our times. Time is not going to slow down for us. Time is on a new goddamn paradigm, and we got to catch up to the time. So you can't be sitting in your office from 9 to 5. You can't be running around giving nobody no time. Fuck out of here. You got to figure this out. So that's why we come with cheat codes. We got to hack time. We got to hack time. Where are my time hackers at? Where are my time hackers at? And I'm asking the family, please don't run with my concepts. Be honorable and deal with your brother honorable in an honorable way. And if you do run with these formulas and if you do run with these concepts, be honorable with it. Because I don't own nobody. And to be honest with you, I don't own this fucking information because It comes to me. It's not mine. It's not mine. But what we don't want to do, we don't want to create charlatans in this community. We don't want to create people who just run with people's cloth. We don't want to create, because that's, you have a disingenuous heart if that's how you start your fucking race. You know what I mean? That's how you start the race. If you start the race trying to gyp me out of my ideas or the ideas that the ancestors are sharing through me, then you are not going to win. Stop being a groveling Negro. It's enough to go around, my niggas. Stop being a groveling Negro. Stop living in lack. We live in abundance over here. Yeah, sock it to my pockets. We live in abundance. Our mind state is of abundance. What does that mean? That means that we are not penny pinching. We're not trying to cut nobody's legs off, because this is not the last fucking idea on the planet, my niggas. It's many more where this come from. My cup runneth over. So you would fare better to work with me than to work against me. You know what I'm talking about? You would fare better to work with me, Lord. If we collaborate, because at the end of the day, this ain't about money. You can't take that shit with you. This is about edifying your youth. This is about building up your youth to be stronger than us. I don't want my son and my daughter to be like me. I want them to be better than me. I want them to be better than me at 20 years old. I want them to fucking lap me at 18. You know what I'm talking about? So what are we going to do as parents? And if you're not a parent, then you don't understand what the passion is about. You don't understand what the fuck I'm talking about. And unfortunately, I'm not judging anybody. You know what I mean? I'm not judging anybody. But I'm here to let you know, when you have a child, the whole shit changes. You're not living for yourself anymore. How the fuck can I be in my 40s and I'm still living for me? How? It don't make no sense. You know what I'm talking about? It don't make no sense. If you are living for yourself, you need to sit back, smoke a fucking blunt, and figure this shit out. Have you a joint or something? Go sip you some goddamn Seymour's tea and figure out how you're going to work for somebody else. You out here working and hustling for fucking shoes, my nigga, sneakers. For what? For some jewelry? Huh? For some fucking Jordans, nigga? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're not procreating yourself. You're not abiding by the law. The law is to get out of your fucking way and create something greater than you and then put on for them. I will sacrifice it all for my children right this fucking moment. I don't need to be here. You know what I'm talking about? I created better versions of me. So I'm putting on for the babies, for my children. This ain't about red pill. My legacy is laid in stone, nigga. If I leave this planet today, I'm a legend. I'm an immortal. I'm good. I'm cool. You know what I mean? Play my album, nigga. The shit that I just recorded, the album that's about to drop, Red Summer, that'll take me where I need to go, nigga. That'll propel me to Sirius B. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about it. I'm worried about them. I'm worried about how the fuck could we set them up to be right. I'm worried about where are their businesses? Where are their LLCs? Where are their land? Where the fuck are their estates at? Because we don't have it yet as a community. You know what I'm talking about? We don't got that yet. They got Disney World for them, but we don't got, you know, where's Shango World? Where's Oya World? You know what I mean? Where's Yemeya World? Where is it? They need that. They need that. They really do. They really fucking do. So, as creators, let's be creative. We are currently in a passion economy. I'm going to take you on a small tour, right? I'm going to take you on a small tour real quick. I'll show you some things, you know? The 17 key metrics for the passion economy. The passion economy is growing day by day, right? And to be honest with you, like I said, this is for my teachers that are out there. This is for my passion, my brothers and sisters. This is for my parents. If you are uncle, if you are aunt, you don't necessarily have to have a biological seed. Some people can't have children. So put on for the children. You don't need to have it. You don't have to be a biological parent. My nigga, you could be a step parent. Go find you a single woman and be a fucking daddy to these babies, my nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Be a step parent. What's the next event? The next event is tomorrow, King. I'm in Atlanta. We're doing something called a Mystic Fair. I'm going to touch on it in a minute. So the next, you know, you don't have to be a biological parent, right? Blue pill, he don't got no seeds. He's an uncle. So he has multiple nieces and nephews. But I'm telling you personally, from my standpoint, as your brother, there is nothing more divine. There is nothing more rewarding. There is nothing more fucking sacred than having a seed in these days and time. I seen somebody put up a post that said, considering what's going on in the world, I don't want to have a child. Did your fucking grandparents say that, my nigga? Did your great-grandparents say that? They had strange fruit. Niggas was swinging from trees like Christmas ornaments back in their days. You know what I'm talking about? They had to drink from a rusty-ass fucking water fountain that said blacks only. They had to sit in the back of the bus, nigga. Did they tuck their nuts? You know what I'm saying? Did they practice the pull-out game? No, nigga, they was procreating. You had grandmothers with 30 children down south in the midst of Jim Crow. You know what I'm talking about? They had no fucking EBT. They had no welfare. No fucking free eggs. But how did they manage? How did they manage? They didn't cop out on you. They didn't say, "Oh, why it's so hard out here, master white man." No, nigga, they was busting it wide open and they was having mad babies. You know what I'm talking about? Time is moving at an accelerated pace, right? The children are growing up super fast. They're being sexualized. They're being hypersexualized. They're being dumbed down. You understand? They're being put underneath fear paradigms. They're being inundated with fear. Right? Look at these look at these numbers. It's not me just talking. She's one of 10. Grandma had 15. Right? Grandma had 15. These wicked ass Democrats, these Democrats, what did they do? What did the Democrats did? Big Mama had 10. Right? Come on now. Right? Her husband had 20. Papa was a Rolling Stone. They were moving around making babies. And let's not talk down on any of our ancestors because fuck that. We are here. We are here. Nobody, you cannot tell me that no one was not meant to be here. They here now. They here now. So if they're here now, that means that they was meant to be here. You're not God. You're not one of the ancestors. You cannot say who's meant to be here and who's not. So if they was having 12 and 13, why are we not having 12 and 13? We could have 23 right now. We could feed them. We could feed them. We don't have land. We live in these cramped up apartments. You know what I'm talking about? Dr. Sebi had about 100. Okay? Dr. Sebi had about 100. That's real talk. No pull-out game. No pull-out game. Going to sleep in the box. You know what I'm saying? I am in love with my children. I am impressed with what I'm creating. You know what I mean? I sit down and I talk to them and I am blown away by, I'm like, this is my child. I made this. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm like, damn, I could do 10 more of these if all of my shit was in alignment. You know what I mean? If I was on my own land, my more land, if I was on my estate, if I had a support system, if the village was really working, man, I would be inclined to really make it happen. You know what I'm talking about? I would have to talk to, you know, the mothers of my children and be like, you know, either y'all gonna add on or we're gonna have to just add on, you know, with some more wives and whatnot. But it's doable, you know, it's doable. But I want my children to be with me. That's the only thing. Like they have to be with me. You can't just create seeds and not be there. You know, you want your child with you, next to you. You know, you want them to be there at your lectures with you to see the greatness of their parents. I was on 40 Acres, y'all. You're gonna hear Blue Pill talk about it. Matter of fact, let's see if we could bring my brother on. Give me 1 minute. Right? Yes, the CMOS economy. Thank you, Queen Trina. Man, the CMOS economy. And look, when you have a star seed and you don't have a village to support that star seed, like other star seeds to play with the star seed, it becomes burdensome because they have a lot of energy and they require a lot of time. They ask 100 million questions, right? And for the mamas, you already know what it is. The babies love you. So they're going to be attached to you by your hip. They right under you. They like, mommy, you know what I mean? They're going to be attached to you because these star seeds, you can't let them too far away from you. They're still attached to you because you have a level of safety that they need, that you represent a safety net, right? You have a safety net. So that safety net, it's like a spiritual aura, and it wraps around these star seeds, and they don't want to leave you. So the fact that Corona or the COVID has created a situation where parents are now home, you could wake up with the baby, you could sit there with the baby while they're in school, you could be there with the child. That is a plus. That is a beautiful thing. That is going to be very conducive to their development and their growth. Keep that in mind. Yes, the cosmic cord, right? Yes, and for the fathers, that is also true as well, especially when you got your daughters. They're going to be attached to you. They're going to be attached to you through a cosmic cord, right? The babies are going to be around us. But this is what I'm saying. This is how you flip it. What about when they playing with other star seeds? You see how they get, you see, when you put the star seeds together, right? When you put the babies together though, because the star seeds and the indigos are also very spiritual, and they know when you got them around knuckle draggers. The star seeds are wild spiritual, and they're wearing their spirit on their sleeve. So if you put them around a pedophile, or if you put them around somebody that hates the parents, or if you put them around somebody who is a knuckle dragger, they're going to be repelled by their energy. They're going to start crying. They're going to be, don't leave me here. They're going to be holding onto your leg and whatnot. But if you bring them into an environment, if you bring them into a social setting where there's other children that are vibrating on their frequency, they're going to just drift off and play with them, right? So what do we, when knowing this, Now, what's the solution that us parents can implement? We got to create an environment. I'm in Atlanta. I've asked around. I said, where's the community centers at for the babies? They're like, I don't know where it's at. I said, where's the after school programs for the star seeds? Fuck the knuckle dragon shit. Where's the after school program for the star seeds? They don't got. I don't know if they don't have them. Let me not throw nobody under the bus. They don't have them. They don't have them, right? They don't have them in the networks that I'm in. You dig? They don't got them in the network I'm in, but they got them in other networks, right? So instead of complaining, because I'm too old to complain, right? I'm too educated to complain. I'm too connected to complain, right? It doesn't look good on me. It looks good better when I create a solution. So what do I do as a solution? What do I do as a solution is I get with some parents, men and women, who are serious about this, and we brainstorm and we create these things. Build it and they will come. So I'm interested in creating some after school programs. I'm interested in creating an environment that is conducive to zero to 7, right? Where these children will be with each other. These children will be loved. They're going to know that they're loved. They're going to know that they're amongst their kinfolk. Don't got to be biological, right? Don't got to be biological, right? Hold on a minute. Because you know how the babies they not caught up like that. They not, oh, that's not my blood cousin, so I can't run and play with them. No. They're gonna play with whoever they feel comfortable playing with. So we need environments like that, right? Even in the daytime. If I gotta go and do something, there should be a place where I could bring my child and my child will not get beat up. My child will not be fed pork and beef and steak, right? And cheese and dairy. My child will not, be dancing to WAP. You know what I'm saying? My child will not be told that they are slaves or that they're going to be shot by the police if they go outside. We're not putting our children in those type of situations anymore. We're not voluntarily signing up our children to be traumatized. We're going to sign our children up to be uplifted. We're going to take these babies into environments that are going to speak to the God and the goddess in them. Real talk. We could do this in the South. I could do this easier in the South, and I could do it in New York, because in New York, I can't walk into a place with $5,000 and walk out of there with a lead and a key and the lights already turned on. I could do that down South. You know what I mean? I could do that in the Midwest. I could do that in certain places. I can't really do that on the West Coast, and I can't do that on the East Coast. When I go back to the East Coast, I got to go with $50,000, right? It is what it is. That's just what it is. But let's go where it's least resistance. And the least resistance is in the Carolinas. The least resistance is in Tennessee. The least resistance is in Georgia. The least resistance is in Alabama. These are places where we can make this happen overnight, right? I have a susu that we are building out, a flower. We did one flower already that was successful. We're about to do another flower. The susu is going to be able to fund our ventures. Stream chasers. The reason why we built up stream chasers is so we could take these ideas and we could fund them as a collective. I am not asking the Small Business Association for a loan. I didn't even get the PPP check. And they looking for you niggas. They got warrants for some of you niggas that was out there scamming too, FYI. All right. Let me give you the rundown of the passion economy before we get into something else, right? I'm not going to Cobb County. You don't have to worry, Tahuti. I'm not fucking with Cobb County. I'm not Clayton. I'm not going to Gwinnett, and I'm not going to Cobb. I might go to Roswell though. I'm looking at Roswell. Is Roswell in Cobb County? Let me know. The Carolinas and Alabama. Yes, the Carolinas. The real estate in the Carolinas is affordable. The real estate in Alabama is affordable, right? We start in Atlanta and we spread out. The real estate in Texas is affordable. Atlanta is the hub. Atlanta is the new Harlem. Atlanta is Atlantis right now, right? So yeah, we utilize Atlanta as the hub. Okay, Roswell is the north side, and from the hub we're able to spread, because from Atlanta I could get to all places south within 3 hours. Okay, I could shoot to Miami, I could shoot to Texas, I could shoot to the Carolinas, I could shoot to Tennessee, Alabama. Yeah, Texas is definitely the hot spot. I agree. Houston is lit, you know, but we have to satisfy the spiritual imperatives of the multitudes who migrated specifically to the Carolinas and Atlanta. Why did they migrate? What was the reason for their migration? Right? What was the reason for their migration? Oh, East Cobb is part of Roswell? Yeah, we got to fix that. We got to fix that. You know? You know? Who's going to Texas? It's mad people already in Texas. You know? There's people already in Texas. And once we start out taking care of the babies, right? Because they come first. You can't take care of you first and then worry about the children. We got to take care of the children first, so we got time to work with each other. We got to create an environment for them to learn and for them to prosper, so we could work with each other. Your mind is going to be better when you know that your children is prospering, when you know that your baby is learning, when you know that your star seed is getting some star information. You're going to think better. You're going to be like, I'm more at ease with things. I'm more calm. I'm more comfortable. I could have a vision for the future, because now my child is excelling in metaphysics. My child is excelling in health. KT, the arts degree, is giving my child all of the game. 19 Keys is giving my child the wealth standards. You know what I mean? Billionaire PA, Derek Grace is teaching the children how to protect themselves. He's teaching the children how to get into the video games. Now, I said 1 to 7. I said 0 to 7. Now let's talk about from 7 to about 12. And then let's talk about the most interesting age group, 12 to motherfucking 18. Now that's the heavy lifting right there. These little ones, these interesting aliens, these 18-year-olds, and these 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds, yeah, those are going to be the ones. Those are the challenging ones. Okay? You got to peel them little niggas away from video games. You got to get them off of the computer. You got to get them off of look, So you don't think that I'm making this up. Let me upload this and then take you to my Instagram and show you. This is what the teachers are saying about OnlyFans and teenage girls. Okay. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. So the young ones, the teenagers, the young men whose hormones, my son is 12, Amir, his hormones is kicking in. His voice done changed. You know what I'm saying? He's not thinking about baby shit anymore, right? He's thinking about, you know, things that teenagers think about. So he's drastically beginning to change, right? And I have to be comfortable with that. I'm going to get back to the passion economy in 1 minute. Let me show you what's going on with teenage girls and OnlyFans, okay? So we understand what the issue is. Let's refresh the page. All right, here we go. Let's move that. So what this says is, this is on a this is inside of a forum where people talk about what's going on and whatnot. So it said, my mother is a guidance counselor / advisor at a community college, and she told me that they just had an administrative meeting because so many teenage girls are on OnlyFans and the school does not know how to deal with the issue. She told me nearly every girl she talks to coming into college has an OnlyFans and that their entire future is based around that. When asked what they want to do as a career, most of the young girls now say that they want to become rich off OnlyFans. What impact will this have on society? Okay, so that's not far-fetched. When I read that, I was like, I understand, because like I said, when I went to Miami, every third girl that I saw, every third girl, they all got a look. No, fuck that. When I'm in the airport, because I've been flying around a lot. When I'm in the airport, there's a look. What's the look, Red Pill? Okay, here's the look. They wearing the motherfucking furry ass sandals, right? They wearing the furry ass sandals. They're wearing bodysuits. Okay? They wearing the sandals with the fur on it. They wearing bodysuits, right? They wearing the motherfucking city girl weave. Okay? They all look like the city girls. And then there's other ones in the airport half fucking naked, looking like they're for sale around all of these white folk. They got on lingerie in the airport. Snuffleupagus eyelashes. Shit mad long, looking like Snuffleupagus. They either got a not a Birkin bag, a working bag, because it's not a real Birkin. It's a blurkin, right? They got a blurkin bag, but it's really a hoe bag. It's a working bag, right? And I'm like, could y'all dress a little more fucking inconspicuous? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you might as well just wear a fucking t-shirt with your Cash App on it and just tell niggas to send you a deposit. Yeah, it's the twerking bag. They in there with a twerking bag a fake Birkin bag, or if they got Michael Kors, if they got a Michael Kors bag, you know that they'll take it on a discount. And it's sad, bro. It's sad as fuck. They're flying around to sell box. You know what I mean? And black men are not in the airport enough handling their business, right? It wouldn't be a problem if there was a balance. I'm not judging. I'm just smudging. It wouldn't be a problem if there was a balance. If I saw mad brothers in the fucking airport flying around America to do business or going international to do business with their LLCs, right? But these niggas is still in the airport with the felony look, right? Looking like they up to no good. And then the women is running around, you know what I mean? Looking like they're up to no good. Looking like you sacrificed a fucking dog and put it on your slippers, because that's not real fur. You know what I'm talking about? That's not real fur. You got the lace front, the funeral wig, looking like funeral music. You know, the weave is 18 inches of some silky Hawaiian. You know? And for what? For $40? Come on. For $40? Really? That's 3 items in Whole Foods. That's what it's come to. That's 3 items in Whole Foods, my nigga. That's like a fucking Starbucks breakfast. So it's a lot going on. To be fair, they selling feet pics. Okay, I get it. You know what? I had encouraged a sister that I know to sell feet pics. So I'm guilty of that. I was like, girl, sell those feet. You know what I mean? If they buying them toes, shit, sell them feet. I'm even going to send her some nail polish now that you mentioned it, so she could get her to her bag. She's selling feet, and I'm not mad at her. You know what I'm talking about? Beautiful sister. She could be selling other things, but she's selling ankles and toes. But what does that lead to? You know what I'm saying? What happens when the feet dry up? You know what I'm talking about? What happens when a nigga who was buying your toes make you an offer that you can't refuse? He wants some knees. What if a nigga's like, yo, I just want to see your knees? Do you know that's like the version of a nigga trying to get to third base after he just asked you for a kiss? That's real creepy. Nah, they out there buying feet. Nah, they out there. I don't know who's buying feet, but niggas is buying feet, fam. That's a fact. They are buying toes like a motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? I saw the receipts. They buying toes. They buying toes with no toe rings. I was like, yo, get some henna on your toes. Fuck that. Like, get creative. Get a tattoo on your foot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, push it to the limit. But they buying feet, bruh. They are buying feet. So the young girls are being inspired by the City Girls and Cardi B. Did y'all see what happened to Cardi B this week with Candace Owens? I got blocked on Twitter, and Instagram said they finna take my page because Candace Owens reported me. You know what I'm talking about? She reported me because I was minding my business. I should have minded my business. I should have minded my business and kept it moving. But here I go, adding on to the malarkey, and Candace Owens got me blocked. You know what I'm talking about? I called her a bed wench. You know, because To be honest with you, she was killing Cardi B so much. I kind of felt bad for Cardi B and her retarded ass. I had to try to help her out, and then I got blocked. But they pulling her to pieces on social media. Miss Cardi B, who was exposed for being a Democratic lackey. She don't know shit. And Candace Owens, as much as I don't like Miss Forehead, she kind of ethered Cardi B. She gave her, she put her ass to sleep. You know what I mean? She put her to sleep so much that Cardi B did a live, not even showing her face. She was playing with a doll and whatnot. She activated the MK Ultra on her ass. The bitch did a live. Look, she did a live like this. Let me show you. This is how you know when you get to somebody, when they do a live and they just showing a doll. She did a live. You couldn't see it. It was just a damn toy. She was like, yeah, so for Candace Owens, I just want to say, I don't know why you said what you said to me, but that wasn't right. I'm like, bitch, why don't you go write a rhyme or something? Like, you should do the WAP remix and get at her. Like, are you serious? You looking real corny right now. But yeah. But she deserves that. Because her karma, she has a karmatic debt to pay. You know what I'm talking about? She has a karmatic debt. Her karmatic debt is you have no business interjecting yourself into a conversation about politics in a calendar year of 2020 and trying to speak for the blacks. Sit your ass down somewhere. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's not your field. So she's kind of done. What's goody? Yes. Okay, give me 1 minute. I'm coming to help you. Say what up to Uncle.
Peace.
So without any further ado, I want to open up the floor for my guests. I have a guest, y'all, right? And it's none other than my other half, Mr. Blue Pillar.
Peace, love, and light.
Peace, love, and light. All right. Blue Pillar is going to talk to us about the experience that we had yesterday. And he's also going to touch on what it is coming up this weekend for 9/11, the performance that we'll be doing tomorrow, where we're going to be tapping in to our the artistic aspect of the Twin Pillars. You know, we give the people the sciences, but now it's time to tap into the art. An elder told me yesterday that one of our most powerful assets as a people is the art. Okay, is our art. Our art is what's going to liberate us. Our art is what's responsible for our renaissance. Our art is what is going to take us in. Our art lives after we leave here. Our art it's what immortalizes us. So with that being said, Blue, talk to the people real quick. I'm going to get Bella set up with her online school. I'll be right back.
Yes, indeed. Peace, love, and light to the family. Once again, thank you for having me on Third Eye Thursday. It's an honor. This has been a very, I mean, you know, it's been a very exciting year. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say tumultuous. It's just been one that has been full of escapade after escapade after escapade. And when you think 1 week, right, one block of time, you know, concentrated in a 7-day period, when you think that one block of time couldn't get any more engaging and exciting, you know, the next week got something in store that topples the week before, you know. So this week already, and it's just Thursday, has been one for the record books, you know what I'm saying, for me, in terms of my experiences and my engagements, and my observations. You feel me? So I just got back from a 5-day retreat in the mountains of Mount Shasta, right in the forests of Oregon, and it was a beautiful event. It was a dozen of us. We were out there tapping into the grid. I was off grid for 2 days, so I didn't have access to my phone or social media, and I really needed that reset and that recharge. And I highly recommend it for anybody that's within earshot of this message. You know, position yourself, you know what I'm saying, where you don't have your phone as a distraction, where you don't have social media as a continuous, you know, blip. I don't know if I'm trying to find the right word, but you know, disconnect and get into nature. Even if you live in the city, you know, you can never be too far outside of nature. You can tell me anywhere that you live, and I can find out for you where there's a natural setting, where there is a park, a forest, a stream, a river, you know, a mountain, a volcano, a mound, you know what I'm saying, an earthwork, anything that allows you to engage in the natural electromagnetism of the planet, right? And you have to be rooted and grounded in order to really tap into that. It should be coming through your aura, through your crown, as well as through your soul, the soles of your feet. And the fact that for over 50 to 60 years, we have been a society that has been separated from the planet because of the plastic soles in our shoes. That's a new advent that has not been here since antiquity. Soles, wooden shoes, you know what I'm saying? Or they had different materials that allowed the conductivity of the earth. When the sun hits the planet, right? The planet observes the electromagnetism of the earth. I
Right.
mean, the planet observes the electromagnetism of the sun, and that pool, that reservoir energy becomes available to you, right? Creator created us in a particular way that you can access it through the bottom of your feet, right? Because the bottom of your feet is the neural network that connects through your entire body. So you can filter the food of the solar deity, the solar body, through the soles of your feet up through your vessel. And then if you really tapped in, you're getting it through your aura, through your crown, your sun gazing, right? You're getting it through your optics, and you're illuminating that cave, right? That they talk about in the Bible. You understand? With Esau, where Jesus went to die. You understand? You're illuminating that, you know? So all of these processes and procedures are how we were designed to really get into our Godhead, our God self, tap in, you know, have our corona rising, our kundalini rising. We have been disconnected from that process because we standing on plastic. We're standing on plastic, which is disconnecting us from accessing the electromagnetism of the planet. Case in point, if I'm 40 years old, right, collectively, yeah, the brother bringing the water bottles. So if you could tell him, he could just either leave them in the front, I'll bring them in the back. Let's say I'm 40 years old, right? The accumulative amount of time that I have spent on the earth with my feet on the planet might probably be adding up to a year, maybe less. So out of 365 days, right? Chances are there's really nobody on this phone who has spent 1 to 2 days entirely just standing on the earth with no shoes, just with their feet grounded, right? They're grounding, they're earthing. We don't experience that more. Uh-huh.
There might be some people in here from Jamaica when I did the roll call, so they might be barefoot.
I shout out to the family from the tropics. You know, I know that the tropical family can attest that that might not necessarily be their reality. And they benefit from something called a Leonard effect. Not Leonard, but the Leonard effect, right? And the Leonard effect is the the vast amount of negative ions that you get from crashing waves, from waters, from living near the water, from living near the ocean. That's why in the hood, any hood that's near the water is super turned up. You feel me? Because those people's ions are even more ionized. You know what I'm saying? So the potentiality for them to do more is always there. But if you meet that with niggerism, that's like when you came yesterday and we was attempting to light the flame for the fire, and you came with the wind and you amplified it, right? That's what those negative ions do to niggerism in those communities. If that energy can't be converted into positivity. You understand? Coney Island, Far Rockaway, Chicago,
Miami, South Beach.
Miami, because all of them spirits is on that water, coupled with the Leonard effect of the negative ions. So all of those spirits even amplified by being in that environment. So the people become super duper walk-ins, right? And then let's say they coupling that with now, chemical intoxications or what have you, and they are now manipulating the molecular structure of how they interface and interact with those entities that have entered them, right? And they go boop, they go, they start bugging out. So I say all that to say, I was in Oregon and I was not on social media. I didn't have my phone, and I had access to so much energy, so much information, so many downloads, so many spiritual experiences.
I had just said that about yesterday. I left my phone to charge when we went into the mountains because I can't be connected to technology. You can't serve two masters.
Right. So, interestingly enough, we are encroaching upon the 19-year anniversary of 9/11 tomorrow. And what 9/11 represents is it is the battle between the biosphere and the noosphere, or what's called the technosphere, the matrix. You know what I'm saying? Of which the nominal book by Jose Arguelles is called Time in the Technosphere gives you the breakdown of how this person's time ran out on 9/11. Right? They've been holding on for 19 years to Allah because they got people really engaged and encroached in this matrix. Like all of the scriptures said that they would in the end of days, right? They have people really convinced that these people are all powerful, you know what I'm saying? Or that the matrix supersedes nature and you should be selling your soul to be part of it. And I'm telling you, take your power back, right? Cut your cords, family. The melanated people as a population, not only in America, but diasporically, are suffering from root chakra blockage, right? Black America as a whole is stuck in the root chakra. What does the root chakra signify? The root chakra signifies security, safety, and home, right? And also a trust in a superior, supreme force, right? What's called blind faith. If you don't have a connection to country, how can you have a connection to God? Because they're simultaneous. So the fact that our melanated people are not invested in this as their homeland, right? They're not invested in the spirit of creator that exists within this homeland. It's called Wakanda.
Right.
The fact that Marvel has your ass looking towards Africa for Wakanda, right? And your soul, your feet are not planted on the earth, right? In Wakanda, to receive the electromagnetism and the information and the charge from creator force, right? You like an ostrich, you got your head buried in the sand with your ass out, face down, ass up, and everybody's getting a piece, right? Running trizzies on you, breaking your back, doing data dumps, right? So what do you do to restore your power? Right? You have to cut your cords with Rome. You got to give Caesar back everything that is his, right? And Caesar is, Sabi said it best. When civilization started, that was the end of nature. You understand? When they started building out cities, when they attempted to domesticate wild society, the wildness, the randomness of creator, right? Creator is wild organic.
Look, I
Right?
was
You
thinking
can't
about,
contain creator.
right.
Creator's not manicured.
Primal.
Right? It's primal. It's wild. Creator's not manicured lawns. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Things that are all equal size or what have you. Creator's chaos.
Right.
But it's still orderly at the same time. Right? You can't bring order to chaos and still expect the chaotic energy to be of service to you. So we live in these very organized, orderly society civilizations, which has disconnected us from our wild, chaotic aspect of who we are, our primal selves, right? We are a subspecies of animals. We are underneath the animal kingdom at this period in time, because even the animal knows how to mate, when to mate, what to eat, how to eat, right? You don't got to tell an animal any of those things, right? Animals have innate intelligence, which allows them a connection. Animals still know when the hurricanes are coming, tornadoes and earthquakes, because they're connected to the planet. They are rooted. Even if you have displaced them out of their home, they still take the knowledge of their home with them everywhere that they go. Sabi always said, you can't take a gorilla out of his natural habitat and put him in a habitat of a polar bear and expect him to be sane if he is following the dictates and the diets of said polar bear.
Right.
That's what's going on right now, right? So how can we be an indigenous aboriginal people and we don't have no story in this country of existence and no forest in this country? We don't have no community, no populations in the forest. So you first would have to tell me and develop a list of COVID cases that says, yo, nah, melanated people is dying in the forest, right? You can't tell me that because you tried everything else and it don't work. So when are you going to come home? And I'm not talking about going on a boat and going across the continent, across the river to go to the ocean, go to the continent. Right here. The medicine is right here. These ancient forests right here is your home. Right? I got the downloads when I was in them forests, bro. These is ancient. Can I screen share something? Because,
Of course.
I got pics. I got receipts.
Do your thing, bro.
I don't know how
Look,
to
because I didn't
I'm
bring
looking at this so yeah, because I don't want to get too far off, you know what I'm saying? Because I get into a whole slideshow lecture presentation and I haven't even addressed what you asked me. I'm still building up because
right.
of these experiences that I just undertook, and the fact that on Monday morning, we made it to a hot spring called Cougar Springs. It's one of the oldest indigenous hot springs on the planet. They said that this is where Queen Khalifa used to come. They said this is where the Olmecs was, the ancient Olmecs. They would come to these locations to soak, to build, and politic and reason, right? Instead of going to war, these are the places that they went to practice diplomacy. These are the places that they went to charge up. This is ancient sacred sites, and our people are not there, right? And when the Europeans see us come through, they be hailing like, oh my God, the return of the gods, right? They like, these places need y'all to be activated because the Europeans are like, shit, we need some more of this energy. Come charge this shit up, if anything, but still, come get what is yours for you. Come back home. Why are y'all trapped in these cities? Them sisters' coffins, cement coffins. It's concrete and steel. The concrete automatically is suppressing earth because it's built on top of the earth. You live 2 inches off of earth your entire life if you live in a city. You have technically never lived on planet earth. So I don't care if it's round or flat. Your ass don't live on it. Either way. You live in the matrix. You live in clouds. You live in a technosphere.
Right.
You understand? You're not rooted to the earth. You have no foundational relationship with what you call home, right? So you can't have God in your life. And the only time that you did have God in your life when you lived on this planet, or lived not on this planet, in this country, should I say, right? Post 1492 for that matter, is when you were agriculturists, because you had to have faith and a supreme head because that was responsible for feeding you. Right?
Right.
So agriculture brings you closer to divine self. Agriculture brings you closer to Godhead.
Right.
You understand? But the absence
Yeah,
of it is what? Now you are in the city depending on who to feed you. Let's talk about it.
Processed foods.
Who are you depending on, though?
European.
Exactly. Right? Who now becomes your sustainer because he got to cut the check. And the check now is responsible for your food, clothing, and your shelter. All of these are root chakra energies, blockages. So when you fall out with the cracker, you can't even go in your bag because this person is responsible for your safety, your security, right? And your food. So when you see the towers go down in 9/11, your ass got shook more than he did, right? Because you are invested in the safety and the security and the continuity of his system existing because that shit is responsible for feeding you.
I don't want to spit
That's
out.
why these niggas picked up arms and went to the army. Look, shout out to all of the ex-military because military be showing no alleged love. Right? I don't know how they got caught up in that shit. But yes, I do. I'm telling you how. But a lot of them were able to wake up through the process of listening to KTL in the midst of chaos.
Facts.
And they're very thankful for that, for us showing the light, showing them the way. 9/11 is what did it for me. In terms of saying I can't go back after this. This one I got consciously turned out.
Did it for me too. It's the catalyst.
It's the catalyst. I was reading David Icke 3:30 that morning after my court date that happened 19 years ago today. How about it?
That's true.
When I exerted my Moorish scimitar and took the head of a dragon, i.e. the magistrate. And you bore witness to that.
I bear witness to a Moorish demonstration that I've never bear witness before, 19 years ago to today, because today's the 10th. And I went to court with Blue Pill in New Jersey. I just came home. I came home August the 28th.
Yo, word of my mother, why did the earthquake hit? Why did the earthquake hit Jersey yesterday? The same time that the forest fires hit Oregon where I just left from. To the day. To the day. Like, I got on the plane, what time? 5 in the morning? And the fires came like 7 in the morning and decimated everything that I just left. It was starting that night, matter of fact, the night before, which was, what night was that? We came back Monday night.
So them orange skies in San Francisco and all of that, the orange skies that we see and that's Oregon burning up. That's where you was just
all
at.
of that is coming from Oregon coming down. Right? So what I'm trying to tell you is that it was clear it was crystal clear when we made it to Shasta. It was smoky. It was smoky on Friday. It was smoky on Friday. When I got to Shasta, it was mad smoke. We said we was going to do a collective meditation to clear the smoke after we come back from Oregon. We go to Oregon to a spot called Blue River, right?
Show the pictures.
I don't know how to screen share.
No.
On this.
Put your camera in right there.
Put my what?
Oh, you on your phone?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Okay. No problem.
And I know Zoom, I can screen share. I don't know how to. I don't see no options with this.
What's that, the one by the bridge?
Huh?
Blue River?
Yeah, Blue River was the hot springs, right? So my wifey, she gonna pull up some images and I'll be able to show you some. But we go to Blue River. I'm talking about this is a forest inside of a forest inside of a forest, right?
Whew.
Right? 5 hours you got to travel to get here. 2 hours inside you got to travel to get here. It's a hidden gem, right? But it's natural hot springs occurring from the mountains, healing waters with lithium in them, right? Super duper sacred indigenous sites where the water is actually blue. You see it? It's blue waters. It's a blue river. right? Hues of blue, the most majestic forest I've ever been into, and I'll show you those pictures, like super duper corona rising, corona coronation, someone's acting up, right? So
Acting up.
we go to the hot springs, Cougar Springs. I'm walking through the forest. The forest, they forest burnt in August 2017 when I left the last time I was in the retreat after the solar eclipse. The minute that I left that retreat to the day, those forests started burning in Oregon, and those are the forests that's the fire that came all the way down ultimately and started burning in Hollywood. So it starts in Oregon, burns through North California, all through Oregon, all the way down to Northern California, all the way, you understand, to Southern California, right? Yeah, Oakland's looking like Mars. Every lecture for the last 3 weeks, what have I been talking about? Red skies that look like Mars.
Right.
For the last 3 weeks to the last month, should I say, all of these lectures that I've been talking about, Mars and Aries, Mars and Aries, Mars and Aries, red sky, Hurricane Ophelia, when the sun turned red in the UK, October 2017. And the fact that the Saharan dust clouds turned the skies red along the same trajectory path that Marco and Laura hurricane was supposed to hit when it's supposed to hit Houston and New Orleans the week that Chadwick made ascension. And that's the same time that they hit the solar flare. Yo, bro. It's just too much. It's just too much at this point. Like,
show some more pictures.
I gotta talk. Let me get through this, man, so I can get it all out. You feel me? Because the shit is like, you know, I have to be able to discern what's happening. You know what I mean? Because this is very personal at this point. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm walking through the forest that had healed up after being burnt 3 years ago. So I'm in my feelings like, damn, look at these burnt forests. But then the younger trees burn just like they did in the redwood forests 3 weeks ago, right? The younger trees burnt and the old ancient ones that overburied and overlorded, they were still there like, my nigga, we ain't going nowhere. We holding this down. But we need y'all for healing, right? We need y'all to bring in the healing. Where y'all at? Why are these Europeans always running down on us? Where's melanated people, right? Why are they not tapping in? We have a symbiotic relationship with these trees and we're not playing our part on this planet. All we want to do is fucking suck up the air. Right? Yeah, so we walk into the hot springs in this. You can see the burnt trees in this forest, right? This is in Oregon. Right? Like I said, you see the old trees behind it that's still standing? And then you see the burnt up ones from 3 years ago, just now healing up. Right? We're going down to the hot springs. You got to trek for 2 miles to get there. You feel me?
Yeah.
So we catch the hot springs at sunrise. 7 something in the morning, we catch the hot springs, right? At sunrise. So I'm sun gazing in 115-degree waters, right? I love you. What's up, Bella? How are you? You good? Mm-hmm. Okay, this is class as well. So this is virtual learning too. Okay? Okay. You in school right now. So
I'm taking a 15-minute break.
I know.
No, this is school right here. We in school right now.
I feel you. You taking a break from that school, but you still in class right now.
This is the pink
pill. Pink pill. Bella.
Yes.
Right? You're a legend. So I'm in the hot springs, 115 degrees. I'm sun gazing. I'm doing my 4-4 breathing. I'm tapped into the root. I'm getting all of this energy and information that I need for the 7-day chakra Kundalini workshop that's starting tomorrow. I'm pulling it all up. You know what I'm saying? We leave there, you know, get back on the road, shoot down 5 hours, get to Shasta. By the time we get to Shasta, they saying, yo, they about to close Shasta at 5 o'clock, the top of the summit, because there's smoke coming, right, from fires burning, but they not saying from where. Now Shasta's clear. We did the meditation. We get there, the shit crystal clear. It's no smoke. I'm like, yo, what are they talking about? Where the smoke coming from? It's crystal. Not only was my service was so crystal clear on the top of the mountain. I'm talking about, I don't even know, 5,000 miles up. Like the shit was crazy. 8,000 miles feet. Crystal clear, bro. Right? The shit is better than the reception that I got in my crib right now. So I'm like, yo, what is this? I'm baffled. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? You feel me? They're trying to run us off the mountain though. So they go through a whole bunch of stuff. They sent meth heads up there and everything to get us off the mountain, right? Like, because the meth heads could turn up like, yo, they're about to. Yeah, she seen it with some niggas. She started, yeah, she had to calm down. Like, because we was Mobb Deep. I ran into a whole group of melanated family that came from Sacramento to look at, you know, this information on YouTube that said that they was compelled by spirit to come to that mountain. They brought the hood with them. Right? That's who I'm encountering coming down the mountain as we're going up. I mean, this shit was so spiritual, it makes no sense. Yo, my lady's right here. She will tell you, we was in the forests of Oregon. Like I said, it take 5 hours to get to the exit and about 2 hours inside the exit to get all the way to the forest. It is an enchanted forest. It's hidden. Like, it's in back. You don't have no service for 2 hours going in. That's the service cuts off 2 hours going in. So there's no service. We're in the middle of nowhere in this enchanted forest, getting downloads, right? So we woke up with the sun that morning and went into the forest, got all of this forest energy. Again, sun gazing, downloading, doing the most, right? We are leaving to go back to the cabin to pack up to leave because we got to leave at 11. So we probably was headed back at 10:30 in the morning. She'll tell you, we going down the path. We run into a white boy, European, who looked like Doogie Howser. He looked like he was in he looked like Mark Zuckerberg in his Harvard years. Right?
Or Baby Mark.
Baby Mark. Baby, what happened?
Oh my God, are you blue pill? He was so shocked. He like he couldn't believe he was seeing you there at that, you know, at that
particular. Yo, he was so, oh my, what the, no, this, wait, oh my, I was just looking at you
for a minute too, like.
Yeah, because he was just locked in on the way, walking down, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to duff out a Antifa or Boogaloo Boy, and you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm about to go berserk and busy on this nigga if he even pretended he wants some smoke. We in the middle of the nowhere. Son was like, yo, I just finished watching your live, man. You were 19 Keys. I just can't believe this. What are you doing here? I said, look, this is the magic of the moment. Own it. And that's what I want to tell y'all. Be intentional with your moments. You know what I'm saying? Stop living in this randomness, right? Capture the magic of your moment. That whole retreat was about, look, you got to find what's in it for you first before you figure out what's in it for us. You know what I'm saying? Just like I told them, this is for you in this particular moment. You feel me? You manifested this, right? Own that moment. Own the magic of your moment. And know that you have the powers to manifest. So we got allies. You know what I'm talking about? And at the end of the day, you know, our message and our information and our medicine is primarily for our people who need it the most. But it's going to take a collective. It's going to take an array, you know what I'm saying, of spectrums of light. You know, I just wanted to put that on the record. So shout out to the allies, you know what I'm saying? Keep absorbing this information and going and taking it and teaching it amongst your own. And later, when we get back to Shasta, shout out to my dude Eli. He's also a European, but that's my folks. He from Zone 6 out here in the A. He with the shits. He's always been part of the community. So he had a whole contingency of his people up there. They met us on the mountains. And then they met us at the headways. I'm talking about they had, when I say a whole community, son, of light workers.
Yeah.
Crazy. And it was all tapped in.
Yeah.
Right? Again, it was like the coronation of the king. They was like, yo, we got this for you. They bring it Dan Pink, they bring it, they bring it. I'm just talking about gifts upon gifts. Right? And we were unified around the water. So I was like, yo, this is specific for melanated people in particular, because our breakthroughs, our information is going to come by way of water, right? We have to figure out the science and the mysteries of water. If we want to renew yourself and you're 70% of water, you have to renew your water, right? We have been drinking contaminated water and locking in the incoherent messages and frequencies of them telling lies in school, and then the music and the information and the entertainment. All of that is lodged inside of you in water, right? In as memory, meme. You have to renew your waters. You have to redo your water. Yes, like Farrakhan said in the criterion, water to wine, right? He said water is just the interpretation of the word. If I pick up the Bible or the Quran and I'm reading you scripture, right? And it might be resonating and hitting you, that's water. I'm feeding your spirit still. I'm pouring into you. But wine is doing what we do, interpreting it, right? Making these connections, updating it, making it a living testament, breathing into it, finding ourselves in the story, right? Prophesizing real time. That's the wine. You feel me? So I'm when I was in the forest, I had my shoes off. When I was in Shasta, I had my shoes off. When I was at the waterways, I had my shoes off. That whole day, I had my shoes off. So one group leaves us because we split up in two groups, right? So we get, our group gets together and we like, all right, boom, it's the end of the night. We got to wind down. We go to an Airbnb in Oregon, right? Of course, because that's where you got to fly out of Medford. So we had to stay close to the airport. So we go to Ashland to Airbnb. The minute we get there, the fucking moon is red like Mars. Right? The moon is red as Mars, and we got some pictures. They're not the greatest of pictures. You can't really pick it up, but look, here we go. And it had orbs and light beings all throughout these pictures. You see that red? You see that red moon?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, and we were smelling the smoke that night. We got up like 4 a.m. Smell nothing but smoke. Damn, what the hell is going on? Get to the airport. We out of there. You feel me? By the time I land, or later that day, should I say, I'm getting the texts. Yo, y'all just got out just in time. The fires came and engulfed the entire resort area that we just left in Oregon, 5 hours away from where we were staying. Blue River, the forest, everywhere we just left, just got it. Cougar, everything we just left, bro, went up in flames. And the flames came all the way down to where we were staying at the Airbnb in Ashland. Literally. Where they was driving to the airport to drop the rest of the people off, and there was fires on both sides. They had to evacuate the entire area. Shasta's not on fire though. Oregon was. You know what I'm saying? And then all of that drifted. You know what I'm saying? This is another picture of Cougar Reservoir. Right? This is heaven on earth.
Beautiful.
You feel me?
Look how peaceful it was.
Look how peaceful this shit is. Very heavy on my heart. You understand?
Right.
Because all of this beauty just got destroyed. And yeah, bro, like purified. Because we were saying that I was telling them, I was like, yeah, look at the purification of the fires. The fires is purification. Purification through fire is what scripture says. Right. And it grew back from the last fire. So the purification is dealing with renewal. It's not the death of a thing. Things are raising and rising from the ashes. So it's not the totality of death. It is the doing away of things that are old and outdated and no longer needed for the return and the resurrection, you know what I'm saying, and the repairment of a new thing. And this is the story that melanated people in this country are going through. Right?
Right.
John Blake, that's his name? Yeah. Jacob Blake? Is it Jacob Blake?
Jacob Blake, yeah.
Yakub Blake, Jacob, all of this is dealing. Okay, so Jacob comes with the bloodlines, comes with the tribes. That's the blood, that's the root.
Got shot
right?
in his back how many times?
I don't know how many times he got shot.
8?
7 or 8. But he can't use his legs.
Right.
So he represents and embodies the embodiment of melanated people in this country, right? I just put it up on IG. I'll read the post real quick because it's very telling, and you know it's able to capture my thoughts. My dude Amir Bey said I'd be writing ebooks under my post. Said put the book out already. You writing entire ebooks under your post, my G.
That's right.
So I can't argue with that. But this is a never-ending story, so it's like every day they added chapters. As a body politic or a block, you know how they have voting blocks, right?
Yeah, I could share.
Melanated people, huh?
I could go to your Instagram, bro. I'll go there while you read it.
Melanated people in this country are going through some deep root chakra blockages. This can be identified by the fact that melanated or quote-unquote black people have no verifiable foundation they can agree upon. The collective identity crisis that melanated people suffer from means they have not rooted into this reality. And if you have not firmly planted your root, you can never access the power of your crown. The two are one and the same. God and country are synonymous. If you are not connected to your homeland, it's impossible to be connected to a Godhead, which should be permeating through the soles of your feet, foundational in the crown of your head, Ori. The root chakra is synonymous with home, safety, and security. Also, trust and faith in a higher power. If blacks have no homeland on this planet, when and where can they root themselves into this planet they allegedly call home? Diasporically, if melanated even have a homeland, but are not rooted in the benefits or blessings of what that land offers, they as well won't be able to tap into their quantum collective mind. Meaning, right? If you Jamaican, if you Trinidadian, if you Bayesian, if you all of these things, if you Ghanaian, you know what I'm saying? If you you know, from South Africa, all of these places, right? And none of these places our people is into no indigenous cultures, right? And none of these places our people is tapping in and really calling it home and edifying the native spirits of that land, or the herbs of that land, or the culture of that land. Everyone is caught up in Americanism. You feel me? Everybody's chasing down Caesar.
Right.
Everybody's under the spell of Rome. I just watched this Illmatic video about where the origins of Hollywood come from, and they were showing this province in Rome where the Hollywood is at.
Send me
and
that.
They was making these connections, huh?
Send me that, please.
Bro. Whew. Right? Listen, we have never seen our power in this lifetime because our legs have been taken from underneath us, like Jacob Blake. We playing the game of life, spinning on our backs, not standing on our feet. Wake the fuck up and stand in your truth. Who are you? And from whence do you come? If you can't answer these questions and stand on it as truth, chances are you will continue to aimlessly drift and just drain the life out of you. And these babies will continue to be fodder. We're sending light to this brother Jacob Blake, and hopefully we can see the symbolism of what he embodies as the embodiment of what Black America is going through. Your nationality and nativity is key to your identity, your naval cording in this reality. I really, really, really recommend that you attend this 7-day Kundalini retreat to break up these blockages. Judgment is on us. You either gonna fall or stand tall this upcoming fall, right? Bro, because it's going down. It's going down. If you just look at the signs, right? Take the European out of it. Look at what is going on in this universe. Look at the cosmos. Look at the weather. Look at the spirit. What's going on? You think that you absent from this? You think that this corona rising is a joke? It's 115 degrees in September.
Facts.
Who told you? right?
Right.
And this is not about me. I'm just saying, yo, I'm dumbfounded about how accurate this prophecy is, right? And this coronation, the fact that as a king, once again, and there's so much king themes right now, so much black themes right now. They overdoing it, bro, right? And the king has to rule from the heart with compassion. And you have to overcome the lower aspect of the heart, which is ego. You have to get into the upper realms, these four chambers, this fourth chakra. It's the gateway to everything, right? But it's the hardest passage to pass through, like the king's chamber in the pyramid, how it get all slim and it curves to the left. That's
Right.
the heart chakra. That's how you have to ascend through this thing. You have to be light as a feather. You got to let go of ego, right? You can't kill your ego. You manage it same way that you manage your moment so you can find the magic in your moment. That's being intentional. That's being presently present. Stop wasting time, family. You don't have no more time to waste. Get in your bag. Tap into your cosmic self. Go outside and ground. Suck up some good air. Get out of them cities. Go into the mountains. We did that yesterday. We was with 5 generations of melanated men, right? Dealing with king business for the kingdom, right? And a true king can only rule, like I said, Leo king. Cancer is the mother, Virgo's the woman. That's who the king is in service of. Okay? That's the family because she brings forth.
That's right.
You protect, and you provide. But you got to get your shit together, black man. Especially if you're calling this place home and you don't got no contingency plans. You got to root yourself. You got to find out what is the creative force in this land and how does it complement you as a king. Your kingdom is in these forests, it's in these mountains, it's in the jungle, it's in the country, right?
Right.
Then you could go hum and stun in the city all you goddamn want.
So
The city is
Blue.
a financial center, it's a banking center, right?
Right.
If you ain't doing something better than a fucking PPP loan, right? You're supposed to be doing them figures every single day if you're in the city. If you're not doing 10 racks in the city every day, if you're not clearing 100 racks in the city every day, get the fuck out the city. You in the way, right? Go plant some goddamn corn somewhere or something. Sit your ass down. You're going to keep getting fucking shot and taken out because you taking up space, my nigga. You don't got no business in the city if you're not doing big business.
Mm. Yeah, we bringing the bombs back, family. Maybe next week. Let them know what they are going to be in store for on Friday, 9/11. First with your meditation, and then with our performance in the West End, and then we're going to bring on our other
It's
special
a
guest.
3-day, it's a 3-event day, right? And it's the 19th anniversary of 9/11. When the towers fell, the twin pillars arose. So this is our born day as the twin pillars, right? Blue Pillar got a born day, that's April 4th. Paul Mullen got a born day, that's November 14th. The twin pillars, our born day is, can you play that video of Jacob Blake though? Because I need them to hear what he says, because it goes with what I just said too. It complements it.
Okay, hold on.
You got volume? All right. And how you can share your screen, but I can't share mine?
Us, it's me. Hold
See? King's disease.
Yeah.
And not only just your life.
Now bring it back.
Something that you need to move around and move.
You got Nipsey energy. Hold on.
Yeah. I just want to say, man, to all the young cats out there and even the older ones, older than me, it's a lot more life to live out here, man. Your life, and not only just your life, your legs, something that you need to move around and move forward and like be taken from you like this, man. And I promise you, the type of shit that you will go through, staples, I got staples in my back, staples in my damn stomach. You do not want to have to deal with this shit, man. 24 hours, every 24 hours, it's pain, it's normal pain. It hurts to breathe, it hurts to sleep, it hurts to move from side to side, it hurts to eat. Please, I'm telling you, change our lives out there. We can stick together, make some money, make everything easier for our people out here, man. Because there's so much time that has been wasted. So, yeah, I just want to say, man, to all the young cats out there, and even the older ones, older than me.
So,
remember, George Floyd had a message too.
Yeah, all of these avatars have messages. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and they all left us something. You know what I'm saying? The mama mentality, the T'Challa forever. You know what I'm saying? Wakanda forever. The marathon continues.
Yeah. Hey,
Big Floyd energy, Big God energy.
They got their
Right?
tools.
You got the ammo, you got the tools, you got the inspiration. Right? You got your panic packs. It's time to light up, man, and really light up. Light this shit up. So the Mystic Fair, you know, at Tassili's is a 3-day event. It starts tomorrow. It's going to be an opportunity to be amongst the mystical workers in this community. You know what I'm saying? The mystics and the shamans and the people that have these spiritual tools so you can fight that good fight, y'all. You know, that war against these principalities. And you know, all true wars start at home. It's in yourself. Your home being your body, your physical home being an extension of that, your homeland being the outer extension of that, your community being a smaller extension of that. You got to get you right. You're not a product of your environment. Your environment is a product of you. It's not the other way around. They say that what? Your external world is a reflection of your internal, my nigga. It's not the other way around. Stop blaming them shitty fucking diapers and pampers and stuff on the street on your neighborhood. Your neighborhood ain't do that. You did that. Your environment is a reflection of you. Because you don't have no foundation at home, no family foundation. You got root chakra blockages as a people. I got so many bars for this tomorrow, man. Like I said, the root chakra is the biggest one we got to get through. So I might even have to be on there for an hour and change. And this is going to be intensive. I'm coming with the jackhammer, bro. You feel me? To break these blockages up. We're not playing no games. Right? This is like when Ant-Man went quantum. Okay? In the Avengers.
Yeah.
To save the world.
Facts.
That's what we on. We going quantum.
So
We're going on an inner journey. We're going to go through every chakra and break them up, break the blockages, right? On the collective melanated body. We are going to activate these nodes on this motherboard, right? And create a quantum experience unlike any other. So after the Mystic Fair, which you can find the flyers for at 11 p.m., me and Brother Rich of Black Magic 363, we will be starting a virtual 7-day Kundalini workshop. This is a chakra meditation workshop. You can participate via Zoom, all right? And you can find the link is in my bio on Instagram, or you could go to eventbrite.com/7-day Kundalini retreat. That is the number 7, just like it's spelled right there. 7-day Kundalini retreat. You can go into Eventbrite and pull that up, and you can access this. You know what I'm saying? It's $244 for 7 days. I'm super underselling myself in that respects, right? I'll charge it to the game. The family needs this, right? In other communities, they will want 10 racks and better, right? And they deserve it. But nobody's doing this for our community, right? Nobody. I mean, all of a sudden, niggas is popping up with all of these Kundalini classes and everything else. But that's a whole nother story. We know how the game go, right? They follow the leaders.
Right.
So,
Blue.
Yeah.
Quick, before we get into our performance, I gotta bring on our special guest because we got time restraints.
Let's do it.
All right. So yes, family, as you was told, we're going to be bringing our good brother Cambata to Atlantis for one of the very first times that I could remember. The brother's gonna break the. He's gonna break the mold as well. You know what I'm saying?
The LSD was my backdrop on them highways, going through. You know what I'm saying? The mountains, bro.
That's right.
Cambada was the soundtrack for this trip.
That's right. He was a soundtrack for my trip too when I was on an inner space journey. So without any further ado, I want to open up the line for my brother, your brother, Cambada in the motherfucking building.
Pop, abracadabra, dog. Blue pill, red pill, what it do?
Shout out to the Mystic Shaman. You know what I'm saying? The brother who has, again, he has quantumly entangled himself with these tracks. So we be on LSD with him.
Oh yeah.
Just tapped into that music.
Oh yeah. Right. You guys know about the Shadow Ninja, you know. It's rare for me to come out of the groundhog's den, but when I do, that means it's about to be a cold, extended winter, you know. So
I already know.
Listen, man, I was just talking about Mount Shasta, man, and I remember drinking directly out the waters, and it was
bro.
It was like I saw the reflection of the narcissist in the waters, and it was a pure, and I saw my reflection talking to me in them waters. Them stones people be buying, you can find those right in the. You could go right in the pond, pull out a $5,000 Lemurian quartz.
Right there.
Drill a hole in it, dangle that around your neck if you want to.
Right.
Fact. Right.
Yeah,
they got white boys that they park up right on the park bench next to the headway waters, wrapping crystals that they just pulled out the water, selling it high as a kite off LSD and Lord knows what. Son told us, yo, he's like, I don't know where I'm at. I'm high as a fucking. He didn't know how much to charge me for the jewelry or nothing. He was banging out the Illmatic geometric coded. Sun was so gone, he was so there at the same time. It was crazy. Them waters, magical, bro. You feel me?
I know, trust me, man. Like you see lines of people they only drink that water. You don't
lines with 5-gallon jugs ready to go into the water and grab the water. These are the waters that come off of the mountain and they start the Sacramento River. Right, they flow right through this waterway. So we go to the headway of where that water is at and capture it as it has angular momentum coming down that mountain, right, which is really a volcano, and it's sucking up all of the minerals, right, at the same time, and then it's moving. So it's living water. I call it angel tears because when you drink it, it opens up inside of you. This is the water that Dr. Emoto did the research on. Come on, stop playing.
Yeah.
Serious?
Yo, you take a sample of that water under a microscope, you'll see fairies dancing, dude.
You see fairies dancing.
Seriously, that's not even a lie.
No, that's not a lie. This is dead ass. Y'all read Dr. Emoto's book about water when he had all of the beautiful crystalline configurations, geometric configurations? That was Mount Shasta water.
Yeah. Right? That place is bugged out. Like the towns around Mount Shasta. Like during a regular time, I mean, they close, all the stores close at like 8, 9 o'clock. When you ask the locals that live at the bottom of the mountain about them Lemurian aliens, some of them will stay quiet. Some of them don't say nothing. They are spooked out about that. A lot of those stores
close around 6.
Around 6, yeah, they don't play around.
There's nobody in that town who has not had an experience with some level of supernatural, right? Whether it's been beings that come from the inner earth, whether it is the star nation that comes from, I say, the inner earth as well. You feel me? Elves, unicorn, you name it.
Yeah. Some of the people out there, some of the actual humanoids that look like regular people, like white people, those are aliens, bro. Those are aliens.
They are mixed.
One time, I went to a gas station there, and everybody in there, as soon as I walked in, they were like,
It's like in the movies, y'all, and you're like, hello, they don't even talk.
I seen a straight up elf, right, with the pointy ears and all of that. He was short, demure, stature. He was a fucking elf, getting along with human life as best he could. Like, again, I don't need to convince nobody. I'm out of.
I've been there. I wouldn't lie, bro.
I'm not saying you ain't saying it.
Humans and like make this stuff
up. Yeah, people that are sitting where they're at, this sounds very fantastical to them. You feel me? Because they've never experienced this. I'm like, bro, you got to get out, y'all. You got to get out of the cities. You got to travel. America's a beautiful place. You know, the people inside of it might not be so motherfucking wonderful, but the country is magical. You need to find the creative source and the name of the creative source in this land and pay it some fucking homage, right? You need to, on your altar, you need to put a fucking cup out for that as well. All right.
This is the time, dude. There's no better time now. That's why all the demonic forces are working now.
This is the piece that I got from the white boy that was zoned out. He was rapping shit like this in front of the water, right? Didn't know what to charge me. I gave him a 20 piece. I gave him $30 and I gave him a $5 tip.
He gonna live that $35. He gonna survive 5 weeks off of that.
He's gonna get super high. You feel me? And look, white boys was coming. No, a brother gave me they gave me some DMT on the spot. The white boys was coming to give me shrooms on the spot. You know, I mean, all of this was taking place at the water. I'm like, what's really going on?
Oh yeah. Nah, they're using it. They're actually using it. They know what they're doing. They're very smart by doing it. You'll see people RVs. They left their whole life behind, $1 million lifestyle behind. They out there in loincloths making beads in Indian position. You know, playing bongos. They don't even know the rhythm.
Baby.
You know?
But repeat what you just repeat what you just said, baby.
There was a young.
Speak up, please.
There was a young man, white boy, but he said he had an LSD trip probably a week or two ago, and he moved back up. He moved to Shasta. Ain't been back home since.
How many Europeans do we see? Just like he said, in lotus stands near that water, even lotus stands in the water. I mean, how many did we see?
All of them.
Just to show you what you're saying is not random.
All of them.
No, it's
because this was her first time.
Exaggeration. Don't. Oh, if you're scared, don't go into them Shasta forests at nighttime. Once you go in there at nighttime, if you're scared, all your fears will come out. Like that. That is stand in that forest at nighttime if you want to. Any forest for that matter. By yourself, go into a forest at nighttime by yourself. So tell me, if you could stand in a forest with your eyes closed for 5 minutes, you're worthy. You're worthy.
Red, what did I specifically have y'all do last night?
Going to the forest.
In what? In pitch black darkness.
Yeah.
Right? And I said, look, same thing he said. I said, no, we have to overcome these fears. You have to go into the darkness of the forest and root yourself. And even if animals come, you got to conquer that. You got to conquer that fear. You can't call yourself God on this planet and you don't have no relationship with this forest. You don't have no dominion over these animals. Because you are subspecies of these animals. These animals is more intelligent than you. Yeah. They know when to eat. They know where to eat. They know when to shit. They know who to mate with. They know where to mate. You got to be taught them things. You understand? You a subspecies of animal. Animal is superior until you come into your Godhead. And the only way you can get out of that is getting out of the blockage of fear that is rooted in the lower 3 chakras. That's your king disease.
Yo, Blue, you know what I was saying last night? Because I just went on a crazy shroom trip over the past weekend.
Yes,
and I was in the kitchen. I was gone. I was on some golden teachers. And I was looking at the digital time display on my stove. And I realized that the digital time display on my stove is 4 8s in a row. And out of that 4 8s on the stove, you're able to tell all the time. Then I realized that 1 8 contains all the numbers you need. It's a 0, it's an 8, it's a 9, it's a 2, it's a 5, it's all the numbers. It's most of the letters too. Then I realized the only letters that aren't contained in 8 are extrapolations of letters. Like a W is 4 1s leaning on each other. A Q is a circle with a 1. So I'm like, okay. And then I realized I was outside, and you know, when you're dealing with nature, you deal with the trees first. Those trees, you realize that they have like an elephant presence. Like they're huge bodies. They're very powerful animal. They're alive. They're as alive as you and me. So I realized at that point, I said, God is innate. And you talk about 4-4, right? God is innate. God is innate. God is in 8. And 8 is an infinity sign standing up. And what are we? We are God standing up. We are actually the infinity sign as an 8. And that's that 4-4 energy that we're talking about. We're talking
absolutely.
And
it connects and combines, like you said, on the Vesica Pisces. One of them songs we was listening to where you was just demolishing the whole Vesica Pisces demonstration.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just so much, bro. I appreciate you, man. I honor you. You are a magnificent being. You're majestic mind. You know, and through your willingness to go into darkness to bring forth light, you know, it's made us all a better people. You feel me? So
shit, that vice versa, man.
I can't, you know, family, if y'all is in Atlanta, come out and see this brother perform, man. Let's pay homage to the greats. Give this brother his flowers.
Give him his flowers, man.
He is, bar none, a fucking genius amongst us, y'all. And the least you can do is you know,
pack the building.
Pack the building. Put your vessel in the presence of this energy. You know what I'm saying? To get your upload, to get your upgrade, to get your DNA uptuned. Like, come on now.
Whoever's in Atlanta who pulls up tomorrow, I guarantee you your DNA is going to be upgraded from your experience.
And
this
bro,
is about experience.
We're gonna get you that mushroom tea when you get here too.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to grow wings, man. Yo, you know, my wings are flapping so fast you don't see them. That's what we're doing.
I know that.
That's
right.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some fun. This is my first time performing in over a year. So it's gonna be raw, it's gonna be real. I'm gonna just try to come out and have some fun with you guys and speak from the soul and disconnect, man. I'm coming out there, man. I don't even know, man. We're gonna spread our wings, we're gonna lift off. Levitation.
Right.
You in the building.
And you're gonna be teaching as well on Sunday along with us. Blue Pill, Red Pill, Cambada, we're all gonna be teaching at the Natural Mystic Fair, September the 13th on Sunday, right in the West End on Ralph David Abernathy at Sister Mama Tastili spot. Then we're gonna be doing Melanin Monday live in Atlanta, and we're gonna be doing Friday. And the brother Rory is opening up the Mystic Fair. We're going to the Cascade Heights. We're going into the forest tomorrow to open up the Mystic Fair. You know the brother Rory, the musician Rory. Yes,
Legend.
Rory, huh?
Legend.
Yeah, let me pull that up on the screen real quick. Rory he'll be opening up tomorrow at 4:00, right? So we're gonna open that up with a meditation in Cascade Heights. Like Blue said, this is a celebration for all of the mystics. Atlanta or Atlantis is filled up with healers, mystics, planetary placeholders, light workers. People have migrated to the south. They've answering a calling that their souls gave them at night, and they woke up and they packed their bags and they're part of the migration. The migration is spiritual. The migration don't got nothing to do with the rent is too damn high. The migration is spirit. That's mama calling you back to the south, like Blue Pill said, so you could ground yourself in that red clay. So we got Sharice Nicole. She's going to be hosting it, and she's going to be performing. Tassili Ma'at, Sister Imina, Blue Pill, Red Pill, Lizzie Jeff, Rory, and even more people going to be there. You know what I'm talking about? So that's what we call a movie. You know what I'm talking about? That's what we call viral. I can't even tell you what the energy is going to be like. All I could say is be there, because we're not going to, you know, and I believe as live streaming, we're going to live stream the performance aspect, not the whole weekend, the performance aspect. The link is in the description. Go and click on the Eventbrite. The Eventbrite, if you don't click the link and you want to find it, it's called Mystic Music Fest. It's the first thing that's going to pop up. If you go on an Eventbrite and put Mystic Music Fest .Eventbrite, it's finna pop up. And we have an extra VIP tickets for those who want to have a merch signed and whatnot. If you're into collecting things, because if you knew was right, you would collect anything that Blue Pill has as a product. You would collect anything that Kambada has as a product. You would collect anything that Red Pill has as a product, and the other family, because AA and all of them, because you know, when it comes to art, somebody was asking me earlier, what is art? Art is this crown on my head. Art is the jewelry that we wear. Art is the music that we make. Art is what appreciates in time. My art will never depreciate. It's only going to increase in value. So while we're here, while we're in the flesh, and while we're offering you opportunities to collect art, take full advantage of it.
Let me read this definition by Jose Arguelles, because like I said, tomorrow's the 19th anniversary of 9/11, and his nominal book Time in the Technosphere set off my whole lecturing career in 2009. So according to Jose Arguelles, art, right, is the energy factor by time equals art. Energy factor by time equals art. All phenomena in the material world represent some state of energy, and every state of energy is governed by time, the resultant product of which is always something beautiful or elegant.
So art as being a prefix to artifact, artificial. See, people hear artificial, that the definition on that has a negative connotation.
They think that it's thrown like, oh, that shit fake. No.
Anything that man crafts out of its original nature is considered artificial.
It's still art.
It's still art. Anything that has more than two parts to it is everything is technology. It doesn't have to be of metalloid fashion. It's everything that humans do is art. Speech is art. Every facet of language is art. Writing is a
language.
Knowledge. Everything.
Rhythm and movement is art. You know what I'm saying?
That's why everything is dance. That's why Tai Chi, pop locking. Tai Chi is just really fast pop locking. Everything is pop locking. Everything we do.
No. Yeah, it's the reverse. Pop locking is very fast Tai Chi.
Exactly.
Tai Chi is the concentration of emotions. Pop locking is just, they get into it with the rhythm of, that accelerated beat. Tai Chi is being able, because they use pop locking doesn't emphasize breathing, whereas Tai Chi says what? Slow it down.
It's two different frequencies. One, you're working on alpha, that pop locking, you're working on that high frequency alpha. When you're in that Tai Chi mode, you're more in that delta zone. You're in that delta zone. You're trying to get that slow meditative process, So it's what we're saying here is all decodable, and we go through life with this kind of, I guess, underlined notion that we're not supposed to know why we're here, and the secrets are hidden. Leave it in God's hands. All the answers will be answered once you die. No. We're supposed to know everything. Everything here comes in abundance. An apple tree has more than enough apples. And that's what we're doing here. Like the whole allegory of Adam and Eve, and her biting the apple, and getting that knowing, that yearning to know, is not necessarily a negative thing. There is no time, there's no matter, there's no space, there's no reality. This physical experience that we have is the experience of the physical, meaning that all entities that have any other dimensional factors do not have this opportunity. Then they want this opportunity. That's part of the relationship we have with the mushrooms. It being a parasitical fungus that breathes oxygen using our body for a host, it in exchange for us giving it the experience of having this synchronistic experience as human, we get to see through its eyes, vibrate at its vibration, and experience nature in its form. You can see the leaves.
You become the spore.
Exactly.
Right? And you are now able to act as the spore. So even in a quantum meditation, people are able to experience your experience, and all of the experiences become entangled. But the higher that you go, the higher that the people that are plugged into that particular circuit board are able to go as well. So the sporing, I mean,
even when you say entangle, that makes me think of braiding, and that makes me think of course, the caduceus, right? The Ouroboros, and that's the number 8. Anything
it all goes back. Yes.
In order to braid, you're using the concept of 4/4. You're using that 8. And what is 19? That all goes down to the whole Kobe thing. That goes down to I mean, when was hip hop created? On 8/11?
Yeah.
88. You know, come on.
Yes.
Every
8/11/73. Yes.
Everything is.
I want to ask one question in relation to what you were saying about Jose Arguelles and time and art. So, would the ultimate art, artistic expression be a baby? The 9 months that it takes to mold and to create life in the womb, and would that be the ultimate?
I mean, think about right. Think about the natural. Think about these museums, right?
Yeah.
The museums are holding probably what they would say is the best art is either drawing or sculptures.
Right.
Think about what a mother goes through in her womb sculpting a child.
Right.
Right. This started as a coagulated ball of blood. Right. Your sperm meets the egg, nuclear explosion happens, coagulation, right? Zygote, mygote, right? Into the 8, right? Because it goes from 2 to the 4 to the 8, right? Then you got a zygote. You understand? In Kemet, what did they say? It was the Agdad, right?
Yes.
Was the source of light. I mean, of life itself. That permeated all living things. So the womb is fashioning and sculpting and molding a being. You know what I'm saying? That's the most magnificent shit ever.
Ever. And it's like
you bust a nut and create a life.
And it happens so freely, and for us it happens so easily without thought. And it's kind of like this wild metaphor. It goes back to the story of the alchemist, or even the Buddha, where you're sitting on the treasure that you seek for, and the simple fact is, the greatest creation, the greatest miracle, the proof that we're God is resting in our ability to procreate, and essentially, that it's the greatest happening on earth. Is, I mean, it would take all the technology to ever be had in time to create something like a human being artificially. And that's kind of what that's what quantum physics is trying to get to. That's what all the computer the computer technology is trying to get. That's the great that's the edifice. That's the transcendental point. Is creating another us. It's essentially us trying to become God by creating us in our own reflection.
That's why they're looking for the God particle and the Higgs boson.
Exactly.
Right.
That's the whole urge of art in the first place. That's why it's called drawing. When you draw something, like withdrawing something, you're actually usurping to draw from.
Right.
Everything is an aspect of some kind of spiritual conjuring.
Right.
Channeling, you know.
Right.
So yeah, as far as creating a human life, that's something that we take for granted. That's something that should be the only lesson that's taught, is how to create the perfect human being. And I mean, from the time we're incepted as humans, that should be the process of, I mean, we would learn science, math, everything.
Right.
School, everything should be with
Because I'm like, yeah.
That's
they
what
get
the
them
prom
little
is.
they get them little babies, the dolls and shit, right? So technically they get orientated from a baby phase into being children, but they are practicing and participating and acting like their mothers.
Yeah.
Because they have a baby doll. So why not orientate them from that age directly with the whole demonstration and lesson about what this thing in you know, what does it encompass for you to be a mother? You might be, you know, oh, she's too young. Why is she playing with a doll and acting like she mommy then?
That's it. I mean, we have no thought. I mean, like, really, it should come down to matching up with a partner that actually fulfills deficits in your genetic order by observing your partner's attributes against yours. So if you're short and you have a slow metabolism, find somebody that's tall with a quick metabolism. If you're lighter, you find somebody that's darker, you find that midpoint. Whatever it may be to perfect the human genome. Of course, you're trying to get somebody, you're trying to remove your trauma before you get to that conception point. You're trying to get to that point so that when you create this next God, it's the best case scenario. Everything should be checked off. The music you're playing while you're doing it, the food you ate, everything you ingest.
The astrological alignment, the day, your charts.
The charts,
right? Be intentional, be scientific, and be systematic. And we actually have the people amongst us that can afford you with the tools for you to bring forth the Godhead. Look, that 0 to 7 period is the most important period. This is where root chakra blockages take place. The baby is the most precious thing, right? For its orientation and its teaching. Real quick, I just want to read y'all something that I'm preparing for this class, right?
Right.
Real quick, because this is super duper heights. It says the root chakra represents exactly what it sounds like, the root. And where are we rooted into the earth? From the sole of our feet up to the trunk of our torsos at the base of our spine. This is not only the foundation of our very being, it is what connects us to the tangibility of this reality, the safety of earth, the security of home, and the survival of family. We have all been born onto this planet as babies, exposed to the elements and vulnerable via our dependence. Now, I just want to pause and say, Kambada, you do the most amazing job with explaining this, right? Because you talk a lot about childhood trauma. You know what I'm saying? Parenting doesn't come with a manual, and lifing is not without its challenges, regardless of where you were born, when you were born, or to whom you came through. The only thing instinctive about a baby is to reach for a breast. We eat food and we release waste. Everything else is subject to programming. Just like when we are born into this world, we don't begin our journey firmly planted on our legs. No, we begin by crawling and propped up on our coccyx until we develop the confidence and strength to stand on our own too. That confidence is taught. We learn through observation and instruction. So let us go back to a time when we were babies and we were learning how to use our legs, our trunks to root ourselves into what ultimately will become a journey of a lifetime. The root also represents home. Our home planet is Earth, and the majority of us are born into households. This is where the orientation begins. This foundational experience, especially in your toddler years, will determine a great portion of the remainder of your life.
Look,
you understand?
And I want to add on real quick that intentionally, she was created, right? Intentionally, me and her mother created her on 12-12-12. Right? Intentionally said this, did the ritual and did all of that, you know. And she came 9 months later in September on the 4th. For them 4s. You know, so everything that you're saying is absolutely correct. That this is about intention. Just to show you how the ancestors are in perfect alignment. Even before both of you came on the show, I opened up the show speaking about the importance of, you know, the procreating you, right? God negating himself, right? Because that's what God did. God wanted to experience himself, right?
Right.
So what did God do? What did
itself? Right. Yeah.
It negates itself. So in order to experience itself, how could you experience yourself in yourself? You only experience yourself. You experience yourself by recreating yourself, negating yourself, pieces of you in another. So when our ancestors had 30 children down south and stuff like that, they were very wealthy. That's why you hear in those, that's why the quote unquote people look at the black inventors of the 1800s, right? Why isn't there any more inventors in the 1900s and in the 2000s? Because you got households with like 2 children. That's not enough. That's not wealthy. You know what I'm talking about? The wealth was what we had. Look, hold on. Why did great grandfathers have 300 acres and 200 acres? We just came from 40 acres yesterday, right, Blue? And imagine, look how beautiful the 40 look. So we were the grandparents, the great grandparents in them. They were buying up acreage in the states because they had families. They had 20 children. It was in alignment with nature. It was in alignment with what we are. If, like you said, that the animals are smarter than us. They're wiser than us. Yeah, they don't got Planned Parenthood. You know what I'm talking about? And they don't got a pullout game. No, they mate. When they mate, it's for procreation purposes. Remember,
mating seasons.
Mating seasons. Carl Jung said that man's true primal nature, the primal nature of man is 2 things: sex and survival. Right? The survival is food, clothing, shelter. Right? You gotta eat. You gotta have shelter because the predators will kill you, and you have to have clothing in order to
survive the elements.
To survive the elements.
Because nature will kill you.
Right. Nature will take you out because we live on a planet where nature is aggressive towards you.
Exactly. You have to understand the European mind. The European mind identifies nature as an aggressor. Right? The European mind identifies nature as an aggressor, but that reality to him makes him firmly more planted on earth because he is constantly reminded what time it is. We can get lulled to sleep because we were born in paradise. So we're not reminded until we see the serpent. Oh, then you become wise. Oh, nature's something that you still have to be careful of. Your head can't always be in the clouds. Your feet have to be on the ground.
Like a tree.
Right? There's a different psychology that is produced when you have to chase food down to eat, as opposed to coming outside and picking it off of a tree.
Right. And
understand?
That concept that you just said, I want to add on why the tree is so sacred and why henceforth the tree of life, henceforth the tree in all mythology, henceforth all magical systems taking place where? In the forest, and pertaining what? Sticks, trees. You got Apollo, that's the stick. You have Santeria, that's the pot. You got Yoruba and all of that. It's all dealing with the tree. So it's all dealing with the tree.
The elements as well, the water
and the elements as well. I'm
dirt.
Speaking about the tree as a commonality in these different traditions. And I'm speaking of the tree as the symbol on this planet as to what it is that you'll be speaking about on 9/11, right? Dealing with grounding, dealing with what? The tree is grounded, its roots. You speak of root chakra, it has roots. And then not only does it have roots where it's firmly planted in the soil, in mama, it penetrates mama, it's inside, all up in the earth, right? But it also at the tree level, I mean at the top level of the tree, is communicating with who? Father.
Yeah.
The Father.
Yo,
So,
I gotta actually skate. I gotta skate because I gotta come. I'm en route. I'm en route to the destination point.
Indeed.
So,
definitely, brother. I appreciate you, man. We're about to wrap this show up anyway.
Yes, an honor.
Yeah, it's an honor for you.
we're gonna have fun.
Yeah, it's an honor to have Wisdom Bella in the building. It's an honor to have Blue Pillar, Cambada, and the thousands of people that are here today, this morning, to tap in with us.
It's rising, right?
Yeah, and I want to end it by saying that this is how we bring it full circle.
Yeah. Yeah.
The war on terra firma was enacted on September 11th, 2001. That was not the war on terror. That was the war on terra firma. That war on terra firma is still taking place to this very single day.
Because, bro, they let me on the plane with a 4-foot cane with crystal stones and sharp edges on it, right?
Let me show you. Get up for a minute.
Bro,
let me show you something.
Scissors, not, I mean, the most, they are not on the war on terror in the airports no more, bro. That was the 4-foot. You ain't heard about I love you, Bella. You ain't heard about ISIS in like 4 or 5 years. Oh, okay. Yeah. Get it with that love chakra. Right? So it's not a war on terror or ISIS, right? ISIS is the mother. ISIS is Gaia. ISIS is on set.
On everything. On Chad Bousman, on T'Challa, on my children. This just came out of my luggage, right? My carry-on. They let me on the plane, right? I went to Texas and I went to Atlanta with this right here in my carry-on. Not my luggage where they like, yo, you can't carry this on the plane. You wearing a mask, homie. We can't even see you looking like Zorro. Not that you got to put it in your luggage. They let me rock on the carry-on.
That's like
that. I could have got on the plane. If 19 of us got on the plane, right? We could have went in our bags,
don't even say
to the bathroom, and got to taking a plane, bruh. So there is no war on terror. Don't fall for that. The same way you think it's a war on COVID. It's a war on terra firma. They went right into Iraq in that museum and cleared out all of the Stargate. They cleared out all of the merch. They cleared out the artifacts. They've been up in Mesoamerica. They in them caves in Afghanistan going hundreds of miles deep. This is a war on terra firma. And now they hating on the sun. This is the corona rising. We are turning up in Atlantis on Friday. I might even have Bella open up. She got bars. And we're going to be performing Scorpion King, Twin the album, LSD, Holy Ghost, Red Summer. If you in Atlanta and I see you at Wadada and you be like, oh, Red, I heard that y'all did a show, but damn, I was going to make it. I'll make it to the next one. I'm going to publicly say that you can't come. I'm going to bar you from it. Take advantage of it now. Stop playing. Right. We are here to turn the city up. We are here to light up this grid. We are here to do God work that you might not understand that at the moment, and it's okay, right? But when we make the call, we need you to come out. We're gonna be performing. This is hip hop. This is God hop. This is Dog Star. You know what I mean? And you're gonna get the Mystic Fair. So this is a whole experience, the whole weekend, brothers. You might meet your queen or your goddesses. You might meet your king or your god. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And let's
wrap it, God, because you gotta go.
Yeah. We gotta go. We gotta make it pop.
Peace, y'all.
Love and light. Shout out to Sister Amina, Mama Tassili, everybody, Mama Pill, everybody. Love and light to the family. Peace.
Peace.